Hello and welcome to Adamson Stadium, just off the campus of California University of Pennsylvania. We're getting ready for the last regular season home game, and it is senior day here as the California Vulcans play host to the Mercyhurst Lakers. Hello, I'm Damon Matson. Alongside me is Matt Hagee. And Matt, both of these teams coming off last week with wins in their respective games.
Oh, they really did. They had impressive wins. Let's start with California. They're on the road in Erie. First time they were there since 2012, and they played a hungry Gannon team, a regionally ranked Gannon team, and beat them 42-21. One of the best offensive performances I think I've ever seen this team play, especially in the first half. As for the Lakers, they had a rough stretch in October, but they finished it off with a big win at home over Seton Hill.
And now both these teams, after last year's meeting, it was a high-scoring affair with the Vulcans actually coming out on the short end last year.
It was one of the craziest games I think I've ever seen. It was 59-49 in favor of the Lakers. We saw records fall that day. James Harris setting Cal's passing single-yard game record. Gary Brown, same thing, receiving yards wide for Mercyhurst. Brendan Boylan and Steve Yarborough as well. But the key thing there, Steven Yarborough is graduated and Brendan Boylan is injured. So a whole new-looking Lakers team.
And now with it being senior day, with our players to watch, we're going to focus in on the seniors. And for the Vulcans, we're going to look at quarterback James Harris.
It starts with James Harris, and this recent string of success started with James Harris. The way he's been playing, his steady pace. He had 4 touchdowns last week. He even had a rushing touchdown. You know it's going well when Harris is doing that well, running and also obviously passing his big game.
And now for Mercyhurst, we're going to pay attention to their running back, Brandon Brown-Dukes. He is one of the main cogs in that offensive machine for them.
Since I've been here, it feels like every year Brandon Brown-Dukes is leading the way for the Lakers. He's one of their all-time leading rushers in team history. And if there's something to be known, he's down to his final games in his college career, so you expect a big game from him. And
now on defense, again, we're going to watch out for the seniors, and one of those is Chaz Veal, the safety for the Vulcans.
Well, we like to call him Chaz Veal, the real deal. He's that steady player. He always performs well. He's very reliable. He's had a great season. He's had a great couple of seasons. And here for senior day, there's not a lot of seniors on this California team, which is a good thing. But you best believe Chaz Veal is going to be playing very well on defense.
And for Mercyhurst as well, we're going to pay attention to the defensive backs, and one in particular, Matt, that you wanted to pay attention to.
Well, Tevin Stewart leads the PSAC interceptions with 5. He's kind of a player we've not seen in a while. And this Mercyhurst team, they're known for good defensive backs. Colin Kimball, he graduated last season. Eaton Wild, he had a couple NFL tryouts as well. This Lakers team produces a lot of plays and a lot of players. Cal has not defeated Mercyhurst since 2011, since it was homecoming here on Homecoming Cal 2011, and head coach Mike Keller also 0-3 against the Lakers.
It should be a good matchup as we move on through the rest of the day with the senior day underway here. So stick with us. When we come back from the break, we will have Mercyhurst versus the Vulcans for you here on CUTV.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Save preset 1 for CalU's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing CalU's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
Welcome back inside Adamson Stadium here as we're getting set for football action between the Mercyhurst Lakers and the California Vulcans. And it is senior day here inside Adamson Stadium as we're getting set for this matchup, the last regular season homestand as well for the Vulcans this year. And Matt, let's take a look at the tail of the tape between these two teams.
Well, you take a look at the tail of the tape here, kind of similar stats. You can see passing-wise and scoring-wise. For Mercyhurst, for rushing, that number kind of surprises me because they have Brandon Brown Dukes. And also, let's not forget Richie Sanders as well, redshirt junior. He's had a really good year as well. Cal leading total yards. But this Mercyhurst team, they were expected a lot of big things, but then injuries started piling up for them. Boylan, I mentioned their quarterback in the open, and they had, I believe Brown Dukes was hurt for a little bit too. That kind of allowed Sanders as well, but that turnover margin for Cal Damon has been engrossed by 12 turnovers the last 2 games. This is exactly what Cal's defense needed because after we saw them against Slippery Rock and IUP, we thought there was no hope. But they're creating turnovers and their offense is scoring. This team is clicking at the right time.
Yeah, these last couple of weeks we saw a lot out of that defense for the Vulcans. And now we talked about it a little bit in the open, how high scoring of a game it was in that last meeting. And we take a look real quick, though, at the weather so far for today. It's actually for the first time in a few weeks we don't have rain.
Well, rain here. We've been plagued by rain and bad weather, except for the Shippensburg game, but finally cool weather, considering we were in 70s most of this week. But I'd take this weather anytime. And you can see Cal's captains right here: Jawan Turner, Jordan Bowman, Gary Brown, and then the senior James Harris. James Harris needs a big day today, and he is, like I said, he is the key to a possible playoff spot for the Vulcans. Never thought we'd be talking about that after the that disheartening IUP game. And also, there could be some history today. Kawan Scott, another senior, the receiver who had a huge game against Gannon last week, he is 69 yards away from becoming Cal's all-time leader in receiving yards, and that is an incredible accomplishment. As well as you can see Mercyhurst captains, you can see Brandon Boylan, the redshirt senior. That's unfortunate. His college career is going to end like that. Tevin Stewart, number 4. You can see Brandon Brown Dukes, and also Joe Dever, one of the best linebackers for Mercyhurst. And Damon, this Mercyhurst team has been a thorn in the Vulcans side this past couple weeks. They've ended the Vulcans' playoff hopes 2012 and 2014. Including last year with that huge offensive game. This is where Cal, they need to get that monkey off their back. They need to slay the Mercyhurst Demons and win today. And the next week, playing Lock Haven, and you beat Lock Haven, it just only sets them up better for the playoff hopes. But any chance at trying to get a miraculous playoff spot starts with a win today.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line today with that record you talked about for Kawan Scott, as well as the chance at the playoffs for the Vulcans against the team they really have had a tough time in beating so far. And it looks like the Vulcans are going to elect to receive as they have won the toss. So we're going to see the Vulcans offense come out on the field to start this one. So Matt, we talked about how good the defense has been for the Vulcans of late, as well as their offense has started to click over the last couple of weeks. What do you expect to see out of the Vulcans, or what should they do against the Mercyhurst Lakers, a team they haven't really been able to beat these last few years?
Well, I think you just have to play a complete game and not take any dumb penalties. 15 penalties last week against Gannon. The game was kind of crazy, but for here, the pass coverage, cover the receivers. You see the team run on the field. They look at Chad Field, the senior, carrying the hammer out there for his final home game, James Harris as well. And I got to say, I love them back in the red and black. They have not worn this uniform combination since the last time Mercyhurst was at this stadium in November of 2013. So for the Vulcans today, they got to watch because Zach Emmerich, who's taken over after Boylan's got hurt for Mercyhurst, has been on fire. He is the reigning PSAC Offensive Player of the Week, and most importantly, they got to get pressure on him. They got pressure on the duo of Gannon quarterbacks we saw last week, and it got big success right now. Just continue the success, and if it's not broken, don't fix it. Do what you've been doing the last 2 weeks, which have resulted in 2 big dominating wins.
Yeah, this Vulcans team is riding a good wave of momentum with how well they've played these last couple of weeks. The one thing they do just have to pay attention with is the penalties. I know that has been a problem with the Vulcans as of late. We watched the game last week at Gannon. The penalty yards just kept racking up. I'm sure that's just the one thing that this Vulcans team is looking to improve going into this game here today. And just a quick side note, earlier on in the open, we did have a little bit of a typo going on in our intro. Instead of the California Vulcans at the bottom, we had the Gannon Golden Knights from last week's game, so no, you are not seeing the Mercyhurst Lakers versus the Gannon Golden Knights. It is the Vulcans playing against Mercyhurst today. Just wanted to make that correction before we start out today.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, it's going to be a wonderful day today. You can see Mercyhurst will be kicking off here. And I believe their kicker here will be Dylan Condis. He is a junior, and I believe that definitely is him, because a couple teams, they like to switch up. We've seen California using a different kicker, not Brazil, to kick here, and we're ready to play some Division football today, Division II football here today, Damon. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, it should be a good one, as back deep is Chaz Veal and Jimmy Wheeler getting ready to return this kick. And the kick is off, going towards the end zone. Nice long kick right there for Condis. And he almost took it out, but that time Wheeler decides to kneel it down. Probably a smart decision right there.
Yes, a very smart decision. Great kick there by Dylan Condis. But you see the backs and receivers, James Harris and John Franklin. He's 9 for 9 in scoring touchdowns, 13 this season. And the trio receivers, Brown, Smorey, and Scott, that are great. And Desmond Green taking over the starting tight end role with the injury to Paul Butler. We haven't seen him since the first game of the season. And on the line, Zach Moorhead, Tyler Pearson, Taylor Nickotizer, and the two seniors right there on the right side of the line, Jeremy Seaman and Grant Jones, playing their final games here at Adamson Stadium. They've been a steady line for the Vulcans that's also been greatly improved since the start of the season.
Yeah, they've been giving James Harris quite a bit of protection over these last few games, allowing him to air it out to Kawan Scott like we saw last week at Gannon. Starting out of the shotgun here is James Harris, 3 receivers to the near side. He's going to fake that way, go towards the middle of the field. He has Luke Smorey over the middle. He shakes off his defender, keeps on his feet. It looks like he has room going all the way down the field, down to the 10, 5, and right off the bat on the first play of the game, the Vulcans getting a touchdown.
Are you kidding me right now with that start? That's how they've been playing. This is how California's been starting. This offense is on fire, the big play, but how about Luke Smorey right here? He's not known for catching and running with the ball right here, but look at this one tackle miss. Get off me. Look at this. And he keeps running, and he's got Gary Brown there. Doesn't need to throw a block. He's running away. But Luke Smorey, the impressive sophomore, he's going to take over for Kawan Scott next year, and that's the future right there.
And Mercyhurst just allowed a big space over the middle of the field, and Smorey was able to evade some defenders. And this one, the extra point is up and good from Brazil. So on one play, the Vulcans get on the board right off the bat. Luke Smorey getting the touchdown. And the Vulcans starting out with a very strong start to this one.
And it's going to be great. And we'll see after break right here. We'll see right after break right here. More action here on CUTV.
And when we come back, it'll be Mercyhurst with the ball. California up 7-0. We'll be back with more football action here on CUTV.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And we are back here on CUTV as the action has already kicked off. The Vulcans getting a touchdown on the first play of the game. This time they're kicking it off. Mercyhurst with the return. Doesn't go very far right there to the 25-yard line. That was number 5, Richie Sanders for the Lakers.
And Sanders is the reigning special teams player of the week in the PSAC West. There's Damon Scher, Cameron Tarver, Jawan Turner, Adam Mahoshi, and Errol Brewster getting the start here on defensive line on his senior day. And Devontae Stewart and Corey Bopp, who's been great for the injured Luke Rapchak, out again. Brendan Edwards getting the start over Quentin Smith today at defensive back. Aaron Terry back from suspension. Chaz Veal, Jordan Bowman, and also Vondell Bell, this big 6'4" guy. And for quarterback for the Lakers, Zach Emmerich.
Zach Emmerich is under center, as you can see here, with one back in the backfield and his receiver out to each side. Looking like a possible designed run play right here. And this one, they are going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll over to his right. Risky throw right there. He makes the completion, though. That was to number 21, Donnie Hull. And Mercyhurst getting a few yards on the first play.
And the Lakers starting offense here mentioned Emmerich, Brandon Brown Dukes, TJ Latimer, and a big guy to watch here, number 1, FJ Williams, a transfer from Seton Hill. He had a monster game last season against the Vulcans. And the offensive line, Josh Pollard, Jordan Farrow, Bo Belinsky, Ryan Michaels, and Fernando Fry.
And Mercyhurst looking to come out and try to answer that first Vulcans touchdown. But they're going about it a little more methodically. Two receivers out to the far side of the field right now here for Mercyhurst. Emmerich taking his time, scanning over the defense. Play clock down over to 6. Finally hikes it, goes out to running back right there. Brown Dukes goes up the middle for a few extra yards. So it'll be about 3rd and about 4 right here for Mercyhurst.
And you're going to see right there, California last week against Gannon held Brock Jones, one of the best running backs in PSAC, 4 carries, 8 yards, and only 1 touchdown. That's what they got to do today against Brown Dukes. But watch Mercyhurst here. We saw in the first play, they like to roll out that tight end and fullback play action. So the Vulcans have to be aware of that here on 3rd down.
Play action is going to be a tricky one here, especially on 3rd and manageable downs. But right here, Emmerich out of the shotgun. He's got one sidecar over on his right side.
Emmerich in shotgun, 4 receivers. He's back to throw.
Going back through, he's got a lot of pressure right here. He throws it to his running back, Brown Dukes. He's trying to look for space. Gets up, gets the first down at about the 41-yard line. So Mercyhurst moving the chains.
Well, that's just the patient there at Brown Dukes. Because California, they brought the house on that one. Mercyhurst, they needed to pick up the screen, and they did pretty well. Emmerich getting it off just at the last second here. And you can see his 2 offensive linemen right there, just letting them go right there. As he breaks right through. Looks like the tackle of Arnell Farmer Jr. to get the first down.
And they did have to get that pass off fairly quickly as the Vulcans already applying pressure on Zach Emmerich. He's going to go out of the shotgun once again right here. Puts a receiver in motion. This time he fakes the handoff. Oh, this time he does go to Brown Dukes. He goes over to the left side, up the middle, gains a good chunk of yards right there, and he gets the first down right there as he gets into the Vulcans territory.
Well, for Errol Brewster there, misses the tackle there in the backfield. You got to make that tackle. But that just shows the elusiveness that Brown Dukes has. He is quick as heck. And he's like that short, stocky running back that's got great legs and a lot of speed.
Yeah, Brown Dukes using that evasiveness to get up the field right there on that one. Now Emmerich going under center this time. 2 receivers over to the far side of the field. And so far, Mercyhurst using a lot of that motion right now on this offense. Emmerich going to fake the handoff. Going back to throw. He's going to throw one deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete. There is a flag on the play, though, and this may be pass interference against the Vulcans.
Yeah, Chaz Veal's going to get called on this one. He got there just a tad early, and he kind of got turned around there, and that allowed the receiver to break through.
And that was Jaquan Williams was the intended receiver right here. And that is going to be pass interference against Chaz Veal, as there was a little bit of bumping going on there on that throw.
Yeah, and there's really nothing. Veal got beat here, and he's just trailing behind him. You can see it right there. That contact just a split second before the ball got there. So I agree with that call.
And Mercyhurst moving down the field thanks to the penalty right there. As, again, they are trying to answer that quick strike by the Vulcans. We may see a very high-scoring game. A little bit of miscommunication right here as both teams didn't really know where the ball was going to be as it's on the far hash mark here.
This isn't Colts Patriots, we know.
Absolutely, and this one, I formation in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Brown Dukes. Brown Dukes trying to find a hole going up the middle, but it is closed up pretty quickly by that Vulcans defensive line for about 2 yards.
Yeah, it looks like big man Tyler Haddock, who had an interception last time we were here at Adamson Stadium there on the tackle. But that's just what California's defensive line has been so strong against the run and the pressure the past couple of weeks. Remember the Slippery Rock game? You and I were on the call for that game. They couldn't touch Dante Nania. They couldn't even get close to him. But, I mean, credit the coaching and the players to make the adjustments to get more pressures on the quarterbacks like they've been doing against Clarion and Gannon.
And Adam Mahaki is the other part of that dynamic duo with Tyler Haddock putting the pressure up from that defensive line. Got a broken eye formation here for Mercyhurst. Emmerich's going to pitch it over to Brown Dukes. They're going to flick it over. And it's going to go over towards the near side of the field. He is going to tuck and run it. That is number 83, Dylan Borgiarni, as they try to do the little trick play right there for Mercyhurst.
Yeah, he was trying to throw. They were trying to get him to throw here. But, again, the missed tackles here are becoming large. You can see Brewster reads the play, and he misses them. He's lucky he didn't get called for hands to the face there, the way they've been calling that. But good for Aaron Terry there to get the tackle and pick up that play. Because that could have been a huge play for the Lakers if he had protection.
And Borgiarni was probably listed right there on that play as a running back, which is probably why the hands to the face penalty wasn't called. He was a runner in the open field. So an I formation here once again for Mercyhurst. They're going to send a man in motion. That's Jaquan Williams. Emmerich faking the handoff once again. Going with the play action. He throws it. Going over to the far side of the field. And it is going to be down to the 5-yard line. Mercyhurst really moving the ball right now. That's TJ Latimer making that catch and run right there for about 20 yards.
And he had a touchdown in last year's matchup right here. But that's, again, look at, they roll him out there. No one is covering him. No one's covering him. And he's got a lot of speed for a big guy. Look at, he just ran right by the Cal defender right there. And now Mercyhurst trying to answer back. They're taking a little bit more time than Cal did. But, I mean, with these two teams, you knew there's going to be a lot of offense today.
We could have a chance to see that, and that play action has been a big part of that Mercyhurst offense so far right here. They got 2 receivers out to the near side of the field, once again in that I formation. Emmerich sending a man in motion. It's Shaquan Williams once again, and he hands it off to Brown Dukes, and he gets stuffed right off the bat behind the line. Jawan Turner making the tackle right there.
Oh, that was a great play, Jawan Turner. This is the Jawan Turner from last season. We haven't really called his name much this season. Look at right in the backfield, waiting for him, throwing him back for a couple yards right here, and that's exactly the start needed. The Cal's defense needed with their backs up to the goal line.
And a great read right there by the Vulcans and Jawan Turner. That could have been a fake handoff, but they were able to know who had the ball and make the stop for about a 3-yard loss. Mercyhurst playing a pretty tight offensive scheme right here. The 2 receivers close by. Again in that I formation. Emmerich going back to pass. He goes towards the flat, and his receiver fell down. I believe that was Latimer he was trying to go to once again, but he just fell right off his feet onto the turf.
Yeah, he was wide open too. I mean, you can't get more open than that. And Emmerich here, good protection. He just falls down. But you can see Chaz Veal was bearing down on him as well, so he was been met. But it's like that whole turf monster claimed another victim right there.
And I actually looked at that replay, Matt. I may have seen one of the Vulcans defenders tied his feet up with Latimer on that play just enough for him to trip up and fall over. But it also may have been the turf monster as well. Mercyhurst again, going out of that same formation we saw in the last play. Faking the handoff once again. Emmerich is hit, and he is sacked right there by the Vulcans. So what a stand so far here for the Vulcans as they get the huge sack right there.
And Corey Bopp there on the linebacker blitz. There's the pressure we're talking about. How about Cal's defense standing tall in the red zone? Bopp throwing this guy literally to the ground and wrapping up Emmerich. You see Jawan Turner finishing him off as well. But again, Cal, you can limit Mercyhurst here for a field goal. That's a victory for this defense.
And we talked about it over the last few weeks. The Vulcans defense done a real good job at bending but not breaking. Very good example right here. Mercyhurst getting all the way down inside the 10 and not being able to get 7 points. Condis going to attempt a field goal right here, and it is blocked right here by the Vulcans. And it is going to roll out of bounds, and that is going to be a turnover on down. So they don't allow a touchdown, but they also don't allow a field goal.
And how about it, Damon? I think Chaz Veal got his hand on this on his senior day. And again, Gannon had this type of problem right here. You can see the guy right there. I think that is Veal. That is indeed Veal, the real deal. Our player to watch on his senior day. We knew he was going to have a big game right there. And that's this California defense special teams. They are special teams. They block a lot of kicks. That is the first field goal block since Edinburgh when Vondell Bell did it.
And they've had a lot of punt blocks over the last few weeks. We've seen that as a common trend of late, but no field goal blocks. Finally getting that onto their resume here with that one right there. So we'll see what the Vulcans decide to do now on offense after that impressive one-play drive where they got that touchdown to kick things off today. Looks like James Harris is going to go out of the shotgun to start. A little bit of confusion right now here, though, between the referees. I think they were just clarifying that the ball went out of bounds at right around the 10-yard line or so, or 15-yard line. So because it went forward, they had to try to figure out where the spot was.
Right, that's a good pickup there.
So nonetheless, James Harris going to go out of the shotgun with Franklin as his sidecar in the backfield. A couple receivers towards the near side, one on the far side of the field. Harris going to throw it to the near side. Kawan Scott's right there. Tries to get a little bit of space and gain some yards, but he isn't able to go anywhere, as that was good defense right there by Mercyhurst.
And here's the defense front six here for Mercyhurst. We're going to take a look here. Benji Abercrombie. That name might sound familiar to Cal fans. His brother, Jack Abercrombie, just graduated from California as that big center, as you can see. And here's Tevin Stewart, Tariq Ellis, Keith Robinson Jr., Dorian Stevens, and Rocky Owens.
And that was good defense on that last play by Keith Robinson Jr. was covering Kawan Scott right there. Didn't allow him to get any space. And out of the shotgun, Harris fakes the handoff to Franklin. Is going deep down the field to Kawan Scott. He's got to step on his man, and he gets the reception. He is tackled down at the 25-yard line. So on 3 plays, the Vulcans have already racked up just about 100 yards receiving already.
And Damon, he is now 9 yards from the record, and we saw this last week, 89 yards last week to Kawan Scott, but look at that, wide open. That is exactly what they give Harris great protection, and Kawan Scott blew right through his guy, and this California offense on the move again.
They are just rolling to start this game. James Harris going out of a slight pistol formation right here. And he's going to hand it off to Franklin. Franklin going to find a hole up the middle. He gains a good chunk of yards right there, probably about 8 yards, and he gets down inside the red zone.
And he might have ran into Scott there, but this is the Vulcans' first run play of the day. We forgot about the running backs, the way Cal's been throwing the ball, but Franklin there going for it, getting the pressure up for it here. Now we get to see Ryan McCauley enter the game.
Yeah, Ryan McCauley is coming into the game. He does play a good factor with this rushing attack for the Vulcans. And don't forget, Franklin has the streak of getting touchdowns in every single one of the Vulcans games so far this year, so he wants to try to keep that alive. Franklin getting the handoff right here. Going over towards the near side, breaks a tackle, and dives inside the 15-yard line for a first down for the Vulcans.
And John Franklin showing his patience there, plowing forward, and getting just the necessary yards for the first down there. So back-to-back carries with Franklin. As they get closer to the goal line here, he's got a touchdown streak to keep continuing here. And he already broke Terrell Roberson's record from last year when he scored in 8 straight games.
And the Vulcans going to stay with that pistol formation so far here. Kawan Scott close, Gary Brown to the far side. Fakes the handoff. He's going to roll out, throw it over to Des Green. He's going to dive forward and gain about 7 or 8 yards right there as he gets down to the 7-yard line, and the Vulcans getting real close to that end zone.
And it's been a couple weeks since Desmond Green's caught a pass. Cal's kind of gone away from using their tight ends as a receiver there, and Desmond Green there, the former state champion quarterback from Clairton, makes the catch right there. But he's a pretty athletic tight end.
And once again, we got Ryan McCauley in the backfield with Franklin. Vulcans seem to be sticking with the same formation. This time they're going to hand it off to Franklin. He's going to go up the middle, dive forward. Mercyhurst able to swallow up that hole pretty quickly as he gets just short of the first down for a gain of about 2.
Yeah, just close, just short of the first down. Almost extended the ball to get the first down there. Looks like they'll go right back to him. But watch, it looks like we're gonna see Jimmy Wheeler enter in here for Franklin to use that speed. Last week on one of the third down plays, Wheeler scampered for a 30-yard touchdown. Got called back, but he still ended up getting the touchdown on that drive. They're using that speed here on third down.
Jimmy Wheeler is in the backfield on this play as they take Franklin out for this third down attempt here. Third down and 1 from about the 5-yard line. 6:13 left to go in this first quarter. They hand it off to Wheeler. Pressure is there, though, from Mercyhurst, and they're going to stop him behind the line just short of the first down. So the Vulcans defense has a big stand, and now Mercyhurst defense does the same.
And Mercyhurst has stacked the box there, and it used the blitzers right there to wrap him up. Number 25 for Mercyhurst on that play. Rocky Owens there coming from a strong safety position. Kind of got predictable there for California. They're going to want that back. But now we see William Brazil here. He missed a field goal last week against Gannon, but still he's had a pretty steady season. This first season kicking Division II football.
And William Brazil is going to go for the field goal attempt here. The kick is going to be up, and it is going to be good. So the Vulcans are not able to get back into the end zone, but they do put up 3 more. So the Vulcans now lead 10-0 with 5:32 left in the first quarter. We'll have more action for you here on CUTV.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
We're back here on CUTV as the Vulcans have just tacked on 3 more points to increase their lead to 10-0, and so far this offense has really been clicking as the Vulcans have gotten down the field on both drives. Unfortunately, though, didn't get the touchdown on that one. And the kick is away right here, and it is going to be returned once again here by number 5. Richie Sanders. He gets up the field. There's a flag on the play. He gets past the 50-yard line and tackled down. The flag is back at about the 30-yard line, so this one might be coming back here.
Yeah, there's 2 flags down on the play here, so this one's coming back. That's the elusiveness of Richie Sanders there to bounce to the outside. He is dangerous as anyone in the PSAC running kicks back. So if Mercyhurst, this is going to be a tough break if this is indeed called on them.
And the referees are conversing right now, trying to figure out what it is. And it looks like it's going to be holding on Mercyhurst.
See if we can see it right there in the middle. That big dog pile right there in the front is where they'll call the holding for Mercyhurst. That'll be a spot foul. And Mercyhurst will be at the 19-yard line here after spot foul. So it kind of helped them with the Richie Sanders, that run back here. For Mercyhurst, they moved the ball. They moved the ball at will for the most part. But Cal's defense, they stopped them, and then they blocked that field goal here. It's an opportunistic Cal defense, but look for him here to stand strong right here. Looks like we're going to see Quentin Smith in for Brendan Edwards. Those two have been flip-flopping. And for everyone, let's do a shout-out to our viewers on CALvsMERCYHURST.com.
And we'll see if the Vulcans defense can pick up that play action as well. Mercyhurst going out of the I formation. They hand it off right here. Brown Dukes going to the near side of the field. He breaks a tackle and goes out of bounds at about the 33-yard line, but that is enough for a first down. So good start to the drive for Mercyhurst.
And Mercyhurst right here, I'll tell you, Brown Dukes, when he hits it to the outside there, he's as elusive as anyone. He's got the quickest, I mean, his 5th, 6th step right there is where he can get him outside, is where he's elusive. When he goes up in the front there, Cal's held him, but they do look for him to cover the outside more.
This time, Mercyhurst going to go out of the shotgun formation. We haven't seen that very often from them so far at the start of this game. Emmerich has Brown Dukes over to his right side. Low snap. Emmerich is able to adjust, throw it deep down the field on the near side. It is almost intercepted right there by the Vulcans, in and out of the hands of Jordan Bowman as he leaped up to almost get that interception.
And Emmerich wanted F.J. Williams there on that pass, and Quentin Smith standing tall against the senior receiver here. But Quentin Smith's coverage bumped into Jordan Bowman, because I think Bowman catches that if he doesn't touch him, but that's just a bang-bang play. There's nothing you could do about that. Quentin Smith had to cover F.J. Williams. If he would have just backed off, Williams had a great chance of catching that.
And now the Lakers look to adjust. They got trips over to the far side of the field. 3 receivers lined up and out of the shotgun once again. Emmerich gonna fake the handoff. It is a miscommunication right there, and the ball is almost lost on a fumble, but Mercyhurst and Brown Dukes tackled behind the line for a loss.
And Tyler Haddock was in the backfield. Look at that, right as they snapped the ball. Tyler Haddock's been playing well as anyone right now, and he's lucky Brown Dukes got his hands on the football, because that could have been blown up in a big turnover. But now, 3rd and long, this is where Cal's defense needs to stand tall.
Yeah, 3rd and 15, 4:24 left on the clock, and it is running as well. The Vulcans defense.
Yeah, he's a transfer from Iowa Western, so it's another D2 school, and just having him on the team, he's been that big clog in the middle there. He's a big body, over 300 pounds. It's great to have him on the team.
And it is going to take a big play here, though, for Mercyhurst to get down the field out of the shotgun. Once again, Emmerich back to throw. Pressure is there over towards the far side. It is caught right there, just enough for the first down. That was Jaquan Williams making that reception.
And as I saw 17, you see Jaquan Williams streak. No one was around him. And again, I don't know how the breakdown of that coverage is, but it looks like Terry and Bell missed their assignment there to give Mercyhurst the first down. But again, you got to stop him on 3rd and long.
That was a big conversion for Mercyhurst as the Vulcans defense. Looks like Jaquan Williams just found a spot right there. Out of the I formation this time. Emmerich going to send Jaquan Williams in motion. They're going to fake the handoff once again. It is thrown in the flat. Caught once again by Latimer. And he fights off a defender and gains about 2 or 3 more yards. That would have been a no gainer, but it was about 4 yards right there.
And Chaz Veals, well, I mean, TJ Latimer is a big guy right here. But you can see Veal read it perfectly. No one's really covering him there. And he gets him down there. Oh, Aaron Terry's lucky he didn't get a face mask there.
And Chaz Veal looking like he went for the feet of Latimer right there, but he wasn't able to bring him down. Almost did, but Latimer kept on his feet. So Mercyhurst almost into the Vulcans' territory right here. 2nd down and about 6. Emmerich gonna hand it off right here. Sanders going towards the first down. He falls just short, as he's gonna be about a yard off the first down marker on the 46-yard line.
And Cal's tackling not off to a good start in this game. Sanders broke a tackle and got close to the first down here. That's the first time we've seen Sanders carry the rock today. And now here in 3rd and 1, you can see, watch that fullback rollout here with Latimer.
So the Vulcans defense at a big stand last time, and now it's a big third down right here and 1. Mercyhurst has Brown Dukes in the backfield once again. Another man in motion. They're going to try a quarterback sneaking, and he finds a hole right there. Does Emmerich. He wasn't even touched. He went right past every lineman right there and gains about 5 yards on the quarterback sneak.
Wow, I didn't even see him. Look at it, he went right through. Oh yeah, you're right. I don't even think he untouched. I don't think they were expecting him to keep the quarterback sneak there. He's expecting a handoff, but he just snuck right through that middle of the Cal defense. He's a local product. He's from Penn Trafford High School. Penn Trafford getting the win yesterday over North Hills.
He's trying to emulate that as well as he can from his old high school here out of the broken eye formation. Vulcans looking to blitz off that side. Brown Dukes evades the blitzers, goes towards the middle, fakes, goes back towards the far side of the field, keeps on his feet and runs. There is a flag on the play as he gets a huge gain in the first down to about the 23, but we'll see what the flag is on.
And I think this one's coming back because some of the Lakers players are starting to walk back, and Brown Dukes a little frustrated after the run. That was a good run. But if this is a spot foul, this would help Mercyhurst out a little bit.
And that is holding on Jaquan Williams right there. They got him as he was holding one of the Vulcans defenders off from tackling Brown Dukes up the field.
And you can see Dukes here. This is a good run here. So they'll put it at the 37-yard line here. You can see the holding there on the play. So it'll be 1st and 6. It was a spot foul.
It looks like he was trying to, Jaquan Williams was trying to hold off Aaron Terry right there from getting to Brown Dukes as he was trying to let his running back gain a few more yards on the play. But it does back them up to the 37-yard line, just under a minute and a half here in the first quarter remaining. Mercyhurst, one receiver to each side of the field on this formation. Emmerich fakes the handoff to Brown Dukes. Pressure is there once again, and the Vulcans get yet another sack right there. Earl Brewster was the man to bring down Emmerich.
And Errol Brewster, first man, they get him again. These seniors are stepping up for the Vulcans today. And you can see Justin Baker as well. He's had a great couple weeks. Quentin Smith comes in on the blitz, and that throws Emmerich off, and no chance for Emmerich there. Brewster got in, and Justin Baker as well, who's been piling up the sacks, 3 sacks in the last 2 games. And he's been really impressive. Again, future defensive lineman starter for the Vulcans. They're in good hands. But for Errol Brewster, former IUP standout, he's making it happen today for California.
That was a 3-yard loss. That'll bring up 2nd and 13 now for Mercyhurst. Emmerich with a sidecar to his left. He's going to go back to pass towards the far side of the field. Pressure is there again. Hands were on Emmerich. That ball is off, and it is incomplete. It was caught by a Vulcan defender, but out of bounds, so no interception, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
And Emmerich was hit at the last second, and that threw him off. He was looking for Bongiorni. Let's see. I believe that was Lardani that hit him first. And then Veal overruns his man, and Veal got away with one right there. But he got away with it there and sets up another 3rd and long for Mercyhurst with 30 seconds left here. Again, California, this is where they're going to make a stand.
And they weren't able to stop him on the last 3rd and long, but a big one right here once again. See if they can't get the pressure on the quarterback. They've been throwing a lot of different blitz packages at Emmerich, who's out of the shotgun. 2 receivers over to the far side, 1 to the near side. He's back to pass. Pressure is there, and he is hit hard on the play and sacked right there, as Lardani was the man that brought him down right there in the backfield.
Oh, that was a vicious sack there for Lardani. I mean, that's how you wrap up the quarterback there. Both arms, not letting them go. Hey, look at that speed, that burst right there. They grab Emmerich up. Again, California's defense getting the pressure again. They are schooling Mercyhurst's offensive line here in the first quarter. That will be the final play of the first quarter.
Yeah, that sack will take us to the end of the first quarter, and what a start for the Vulcans once again as they are up 10-0. When we come back, we'll have second quarter action for you here on CUTV.
Save preset 1 for CalU's best music. More music in the car, more music in the door, more music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL, Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation, playing CalU's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL, Power 92.
And we welcome you back here on CUTV to Vulcan football action as we take a look there at the Vulcans defense, who has come up large so far in the first quarter, getting ready to start the second quarter. They've caused a blocked field goal and also a turnover on downs here on this last drive.
And that defense has been stepping up so far. They've been letting Mercyhurst get a lot of yards, but when they've been getting close, but it's just the way that's just the way California plays defenses. Sometimes it burns them, but hey, if it works, especially here.
Condis is back to punt for Mercyhurst. He's pretty much their kicking specialist. Almost blocked right there, and he is run into. And this is going to be a flag on the play as Condis fell down like he was hit pretty hard right there. Mercyhurst is going to down the ball near the 15, but this is going to give Mercyhurst a new set of downs.
I don't agree with that. Veal was coming in with momentum. I don't even know if.
And this is roughing the kicker here on the Vulcans, so that's going to be a first down for Mercyhurst. And you can take a look. Looks like he might have hit him high right there on his shoulder.
I don't agree with that at all. But again, but Veal was coming, regardless, Veal was coming in with momentum. How is he supposed to stop himself? He's trying to block the kick. I'm sorry. Yeah, but and again, who knows? I mean, that could have just been the way he fell, and he fell pretty hard. But and now that gives Mercyhurst new life. But that's I don't agree.
Yeah, tough break right there for the Vulcans as Condis did get hit and fell down pretty hard to the turf. So the referee's reaction call threw the flag on that play. So Mercyhurst getting a second chance here on offense out of the broken eye formation inside the Vulcans territory to the 35-yard line. They're going to hand off to Richards. Or Richie Sanders, I apologize. He goes up to about the 30-yard line for about a 5-yard gain.
And Sanders there getting the carry over Brown Dukes. And I mean, there's a lot of speed in that Mercyhurst backfield for Mercyhurst. And they got him back. I mean, we've been seeing, so we don't remember Sanders last year. I believe Sanders was injured and he didn't play against Cal because I don't remember him at all from last year. So that's why we saw a lot of Brown Dukes. And Brandon Brown Dukes got injured in the Cal game last season. Mercyhurst by the end of the game was down to their third-string running back.
And pay attention right here. F.J. Williams now on the field for Mercyhurst. We haven't really called his name yet today. See if he might get a pass thrown his way. He's the only receiver set out wide. Mercyhurst in the I formation. They're going to throw a pitch right here to Sanders. He tries to cut the corner. He gets a little bit of room. Vulcan defenders all over it. There is a flag on the far side of the field, though, so this might be coming back.
And we'll see right there. That was good defense there by the Vulcans, regardless on that play.
And it's an illegal shift right there for Mercyhurst, so that will bring it back, waiting on the ref's call right there. And so, once again, Mercyhurst backed up because of penalties.
Well, and the penalties, it's just something they can't take here because they got extra life on this drive and taking advantage here. But for California here, it's time to throw off. I mean, they play great defense with a lot of adversity. They faced a lot of that against Gannon, especially in the third quarter, and they stood strong. And that's just been something it's been a great thing to go along with.
And that 5-yard penalty back him back up to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 at the 35 from Mercyhurst. They're going to hand it off to Sanders once again, getting a large part of the carries. He finds a hole. He's going to use his speed going up the sideline towards the end zone. He dives, and they're going to say he was down at the 1-yard line. It says body was falling to the ground. His knee probably landed. So a little bit of a break for the Vulcans right there as Sanders almost broke off a touchdown run.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was gone as soon as he got through that first line of defense right there. Because look at that hole. That's just his speed, and watch him go. But see, he makes the tackle. Looks like Aaron Terry wrapped him up at the 1-yard line. You see his knee down at the 1-yard line. But I'll tell you what, he might have, David, I looked at you that he might have fumbled that before he got down.
Yeah, he might have. We saw the ball in that replay. It looks like it was coming out of his hands just a little bit. Nobody picked up on it, though, and there's a flag right before the play has even started. So this is going to help the Vulcans out a little bit as it looks like it should be a false start against Mercyhurst.
And it will be indeed that right there. So that'll back Mercyhurst up there. But again, they got close to the goal line on their last drive, on 2 drives ago. But again, they can't take penalties like this. They have a lot of penalties involving the offensive line even before the play started.
Yeah, it's a big break so far for the Vulcans, as this is where they were at in that last drive. Mercyhurst was down right on the end zone, weren't able to score, and they weren't even able to get the field goal. One receiver set out wide, that is Jaquan Williams. This time they're going to fake the handoff, go towards the corner of the end zone, and it is incomplete as that ball was dropped right there. That was number 89, Jordan Matarazzo, who dropped that ball.
Oh, Damon, he needs to come down with this. I mean, you can't get more wide open than this. It's a good play-action rollout on the goal line. Oh, I thought he got it, but that's just, you got to hold on to that ball. I mean, there's no excuses right there.
And on that replay, it looks slightly like Matarazzo might have kicked it out with his own knee, possibly from his hands. Wasn't the best pass in the world, but nonetheless, you'd expect him to come up with that one. So now with second down, Emmerich, again, keeping the formation pretty tight. And it looks like there's going to be a whistle blown and a timeout called right here by Mercyhurst. They weren't liking what they were seeing right there from the Vulcans.
No, and again, this is Mercyhurst. They gotta get rid of these red zone problems right here to get back in this game. But take a look here at the PSAC West standings. Slippery Rock taking on Clarion today, and IUP taking on Gannon. And right now, as we stand, IUP up 14-0. No Liam Nodler today for the Gannon Golden Knights, and that snaps a streak of 43 consecutive starts, longest in the PSAC. But we know the Rock's probably going to get in with a win over Clarion. And IUP right now, they're the next team. They're already in the regional rankings behind Cal. And the reason why Clarion's ahead of Cal right there is because they're 7-2 and Cal is 6-3. But I expect at least Slippery Rock to get into the playoffs for sure. But now they're up 17-0. And we'll take a look at the regional rankings. We'll break that down a little bit more. But right here, you can see this has been a very competitive PSAC West. In California, they're in that game with IUP. They easily could have won that game, and just a couple games not going the way of the Vulcans, and that's where they stand right now. But big wins over Clarion and Gannon, the two teams that sandwich them right now. And considering what all the adversity they had in early in October, California being here at this spot, they should be very thankful.
Looking for a big one here today against Mercyhurst and a defensive stand. Second down and goal from the 6-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Brown Dukes. He gets stuffed at about the 8. He pushes forward for a few more yards, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Almost, though, lost about 3 yards.
Yeah, and he was able to make something out of nothing there, and at least get a positive gain right here. But you can see right in the back, ooh, wow, that was a Brewster got slammed to the ground there with a good pancake block there by the Mercyhurst lineman. But Brown Dukes coming in here. Let's see what Mercyhurst dials up here on 3rd and goal. They got to get 6 here.
And they got stuffed last time again when they got down near the end zone. So the Vulcans defense trying to recreate that. And out of the I formation is Mercyhurst. This time they got 2 receivers split out to the near side of the field, Jaquan and F.J. Williams. Jaquan Williams in motion. They fake the handoff going towards the corner. He wants it in the flat to his fullback, but he is not going to get it. Incomplete. Emmerich was looking in that direction the entire way, and the Vulcans were able to defend it.
He wanted to go to Latimer no matter what. Latimer was his guy there. Look at him. He just stared him down the entire time. That's easy defense right there. That's easy defense for California right there.
And now Mercyhurst is going to be forced to send out the field goal unit once again. And remember, the first field goal was blocked, so we'll see if the Vulcans special teams can't recreate that right here. Field goal attempt with about 11:58 remaining as Mercyhurst, again, unable to get into the end zone for 7 points. Condis about to attempt about a 25-yard field goal. Snap down. It is up just past the Vulcan special teams, and it is good. So Mercyhurst finally able to get on the board, but there's a flag on the play.
Oh, you know what? They might get get Cal for running into the kicker, which would, the field goal is good. You know what? Mercyhurst is going to have they're going to have 1st and goal here.
Yeah, they're going to have 1st.
Oh, no, it's going to be at the kickoff. Okay, because I think it was after the kick was off. But that's just, so that will affect right here. Let's see again. Oh.
Looks like he might have been kicked right there.
I think I heard from looking at that. But anyway, Damon, let's take a look at the regional rankings right here. Shepherd leading the way, and they won on Thursday against Fairmont State. And this is the big story right here. Bowie State found with an ineligible player, their quarterback, right now 2 games that they have to forfeit, 5 coming later after the season's done. Charleston, Slippery Rock playing Clarion today. Assumption and New Haven most likely face each other in the NE10 championship. And right now, Virginia Union playing Virginia State. That is for the CIAA, a spot in the CIAA championship. So, again, there could be a lot of shuffling here, a lot of new names we could see. If Virginia State beats Virginia Union, the voters might like the conference champion of that of that conference. But for Cal, they can make, with a win today, they can make a lot of ground up here because you know they're going to pass Bowie State. And Damon, they changed this here. Looks like Mercyhurst will go first and goal here instead of assessing on the kickoff.
Yeah, after that, the field goal was off the board then, so it's still 10-0, and Mercyhurst with another opportunity to try to get 7 points. This time a fake handoff. Emmerich going towards the left side of the end zone. He overthrows his man right there out of the corner of the end zone, and Mercyhurst's first attempt, no good.
And he was, you can see number 85 right there, Bryce Mosteller. He had him open, and Emmerich, again, on the goal line here. But, Damon, I don't understand. There was no clarification from the officials here that they changed it, and they stopped it like it was a kick, and they were going to kick it, they were going to set up for a kickoff here. I don't understand this.
Yeah, it was quite confusing. The officials looked like they were just going to assess it on the kickoff, but instead Mercyhurst with a second chance, actually even a third chance right here on this drive. Emmerich sends a man in motion right here. This one, they're going to give it to Brown Dukes, and he's going to get tripped up right there as he loses about 4 yards right there.
Oh, my goodness. They tried to bounce him on the outside, but now Mercyhurst has been giving every opportunity to go in the end zone. They've just been going backwards. This is crazy. I mean, you can see Brown Dukes here trying. He wasn't getting any good blocking anyway. He wasn't going to get in, I don't think. But he tripped again. That's the second Mercyhurst player to throw. But now, Damon, this is going to be the 10th play inside California's 10-yard line.
Yeah, so Mercyhurst having copious amounts of opportunities to try to get into the end zone. And again, it is 3rd down and 6 from the 6-yard line. 3rd down and goal, I apologize, from about the 6-yard line. Jaquan Williams is sent in motion. Emmerich rolling out to his right. He's trying to find an open receiver. There is nothing there as he throws it out of the corner of the end zone. And once again, Mercyhurst with a chance, but they can't seem to get into the end zone.
I can't believe what's been going on here. Mercyhurst has had no end zone here, but again, Emmerich staring down his man again. He had a guy 27 open on the other side there, and he just chucks it over the end zone because he had no play because he was well covered by Chaz Veal. I mean, Mercyhurst red zone problems. Oh, my.
And that was number 27, Drew Robinson, the junior running back that he was trying to go to in the corner of the end zone. So Condis with another opportunity to try to kick a field goal right here. This one is going to be blocked again by the Vulcans. It is blocked off the bottom of the field goal post, and the Vulcans special teams is having one heck of a game.
You can't script this, Damon. Oh, my, I can't believe this. Looks like Vondell Bell, his second blocked field goal. Unbelievable. I mean, Mercyhurst had all the opportunities to get it, and it hits the crossbar as well. Ping down. And I am flabbergasted. This is... I can't believe the red zone. 12 plays in the 5-yard line. Mercyhurst couldn't score. I can't even think of that. That is red zone problems to the max. That's now 2 times, and also 2 drives that were in the red that ended up within the 10-yard line, no points. California offense, time to strike.
And Vondell Bell just got enough of that for it to hit off the bottom of the crossbar, and Mercyhurst still now with no points on the board. 10:52 left in the first half. Out of the shotgun, Harris hands it off to Gary Brown, who was coming over in motion. He makes his man miss, breaks a tackle, but then falls down for a gain of about 5 yards on the misdirection play there for the Vulcans.
Yeah, he needed one more block there, and he almost made a broken tackle here. They're using Brown's speed, and this is kind of elusive, because this is about where he starts with normal bubble screens there, and he makes the first guy miss. But again, he needed Kawan Scott there to finish off his block, but still a decent run there for Brown.
And the way the Vulcans defense is playing, this Vulcans offense can take their time if they'd like to and just methodically move down the field. Harris out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side. Fakes the handoff. Goes over to Gary Brown on a bubble screen right here. He breaks a tackle, falls forward for enough for the first down and close to the 40-yard line.
And credit Dorian Stevens there on the tackle, because if he didn't wrap Gary Brown off, see ya. Because he had Green in front of him there. That's just the elusiveness of Gary Brown. I mean, this is one of the best receivers we've seen at Cal that can just stop right for a screen pass and elusive yards after carry. And that's big for California offense that normally goes aerial.
And Fiore, Wheeler, and Franklin all in the backfield with Harris right here as the Vulcans going with that 3 running back set on this formation. Harris gets the snap. And almost a miscommunication right there. Franklin almost lost the football. He was able to corral it back in, but the Vulcans are going to lose about 2 yards.
We've seen that a couple times with Harris and Franklin with the miscommunication on the handoffs there, especially Franklin here, who's had ball handling problems, especially when handing the update here. But for California here, this first time we saw the 3-back set, look for them to establish the run more. And if not, because we don't see, looks like we see Devin Lomax, the senior, into the game here, so maybe time to get the ball to him on his senior day.
Yeah, Lomax getting a look right here on this play, and Fiore as well, another senior in the backfield here for the Vulcans on this play. Out of the shotgun, Harris going back to pass. Pressure coming from the corners, and this one going to Luke Smorey, but it was off his hands, incomplete. And the Vulcans now with a 3rd down and 10.
It looks like Stevens again on good coverage there for Smorey. Smorey had that 75-yard catch. But, and again, I mean, I could say you got to come up with that. He's the only receiver that does not wear gloves, but he was just great coverage as well. And that was the reason why he couldn't come up with it. But for Vulcans here, for the Lakers, they got to be seeing Gary Brown in the field and having nightmares from last season.
And a 3rd down and 10. The Vulcans trying to avoid going out here without any points on the board for the first time today. Harris trying to figure out the defense. There's going to be a flag on the play, and it's going to be a false start here against the Vulcans.
Yeah, one of the Lakers players moved, but he was drawn off sides there. Believe that was Grant Jones that drew him offside, because that's where the right end for the Lakers there that moved. But it just helps. It just doesn't help California at all. That was James Harris's first incompletion of the day.
And Harris is having a monster game, as you just said there, first incompletion of the day, and he's going to have to probably try to pass to get the first down here. 3rd down and 15. 2 sidecars in the backfield with Harris. Going back to pass. He throws it deep down the near side of the field. He's got an open man in Gary Brown, and even though it was deflected a little bit, Gary Brown with an incredible catch down to the 20-yard line.
Oh, what an amazing catch, and he had defensive coverage here from Tevin Stewart, but Harris again throwing him a good pass, a little underthrown because he had to pull back a little bit. If he hit him on the fly, that's 6, but still a great catch. Gary Brown, no question, has the best hands on the team.
And a huge 3rd down conversion right there. And yeah, Gary Brown just making an incredible catch to haul that one in and move the chains for the Vulcans. They're knocking on the door of the red zone once again. Harris out of that pistol formation right here with Jimmy Wheeler in the backfield. And he's going to hand it off to Wheeler. Wheeler going towards the outside, finds a little bit of a hole and dives forward for a few yards, and he's going to get the ball inside the red zone.
Crazy to think that's Wheeler's first carry since the first drive of the game. We haven't really, but California really hasn't really needed to use the run so far. But Wheeler, you can't say enough what he's been doing. Freshman sensation from West Mifflin, defending Whitfield, rushing champion, been the unsung hero of the season. And with the way he came in that Shippensburg game, and no defense has really stopped him.
He's been part of that dynamic duo in the backfield. Heck, dynamic trio for the Vulcans so far this season. 2 receivers, 1 to each side, spread out in the formation. Harris gets the handoff to Wheeler. Wheeler trying to find a hole and follow his blocks, but he isn't able to go very far as he was tackled down pretty quickly by Austin Drew that time from Mercyhurst.
Yeah, he needed Desmond Green there. Desmond Green there was held up with his block and prevented Wheeler from going forward, but still a 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 3 for California. So again, here we'll see what happens. Looks like Wheeler will stay on the field here in a broken eye. They tried to go for Wheeler to get a first down the last time. That didn't work out too well.
And Ryan McCauley is also in the backfield, this time right alongside Harris. Harris taking the snap, faking the handoff to Wheeler, rolls out, throws it to McCauley, who almost loses the football. He's still able to collect it in. About a yard of a gain right there, but not enough for the first down.
And Tariq Ellis read that perfectly. He knew they were just going to roll out to McCauley. He went out in the flat. And McCauley's lucky he didn't lose the ball there. He's able to catch it, got a yard. Looks like Cal's offense is staying on the field here, and they'll go for it. Why not? I like the call.
With the way the defense is playing today, might as well deep into Mercyhurst territory. So this is going to be a 4th down and 2 from about the 15-yard line. 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. Harris going out of that pistol formation with McCauley to his left side. Wheeler's also in the backfield. Harris with the snap. Pressure is there. He rolls out to his right. He's going to run towards the sideline, and he is going to get just enough for the first down, and the Vulcans move the chains on a 4th down.
And James Harris, they've been letting Harris run the ball the past couple weeks. Like I said, at least since the Clarion game, they've been really letting them run. And look at that. That was a run all the way. I don't think he was going to pass that ball at all. He just needed his blocks. He got it and just got enough yards for the first day. He's not the fastest quarterback, but when he needs to get the yards, he does.
And you Vulcans had a lot of options to work with on that play, being a 4th and very manageable yardage of only 2 yards. So now 3 receivers over towards the far side of the field, and Franklin on his left as well, back in the formation here. Harris going to hand it off to Franklin, going towards the middle of the field. He runs over one of Mercyhurst's defenders and gets down to about the 2-yard line. Big play for Franklin.
Oh, yes, it was. That was a good, tough run. He's got a lot of strength. I don't think any of us realized how strong this kid is. Powered over, guys, so close. Hey, look, it's hurry-up offense here. Here comes Franklin.
And they're going to hand it off to Franklin. He's tackled from behind. Maybe gains 1 more yard to get down to the 1-yard line. And this could be the chance for Franklin to extend his streak as well for those touchdowns.
It definitely could be here, because it was a good quick hurry up there to get that 1 yard, because it wasn't first goal, so it'd be first and goal here. But looks like we're going to see Brandon Bowman here come in as fullback here.
Yeah, Brandon Bowman, bigger running back, 6'1", for the Vulcans, and he might be the fullback lining up back there for him. And Harris is going to hand it off to Franklin, and he extends his streak. Didn't even get touched as he walks into the end zone, and the Vulcans get back on the board again.
Here comes Franklin. He's coming to your end zone. How about this season? 14 touchdowns for John Franklin this season, and that's just textbook blocking. Look at that. He just not even untouched, and Mercyhurst knew it was coming. They knew it. They were just pounding the ball with him, but John Franklin, 10 for 10 in his streaks. It's 16-0 Vulcans.
5:33 remaining in the first half. Brazil is going to attempt the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So the Vulcans capitalize on stopping Mercyhurst once again as they go up 17-0. When we come back, we'll have the back half of the first half of this game here on CUTV.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Welcome back inside Adamson Stadium here as the Vulcans have extended their lead with yet another touchdown, taking advantage of the turnovers on downs they're creating from Mercyhurst. And this offense has had a very good game so far today.
Oh, it really is. It's been efficient, except for that one play on 3rd and short inside their own goal line there. But again, yeah, great offense and great kick here by Brazil.
And Richie Sanders is going to touch the ball, and it'll go out of bounds for a touchback right there for Mercyhurst. And here's that last touchdown for the Vulcans.
Look at the blocks right here. That is exactly just pushing the line, creating a path that Franklin could just walk into the end zone to get 6 and make a 10 for 10 on that streak. 14, and there's a flag. Wow, that was a really late flag.
Yeah, a touchback right there on the kickoff.
Offsides on Cal here.
And we'll see what they decide to do with this if they assess it here after the kick is over with.
Okay, so they're not going to re-kick it. They'll just tack it on to the dead ball spot, which would have been at the 25-yard line. So now Mercyhurst will start at the 30. But for this Mercyhurst offense here, the last 2 drives has been how to not score in the red zone 101. I mean, they need to shake that off. Something that they need to do here, get F.J. Williams going. No catches so far.
Yeah, we talked about F.J. Williams near the beginning of the game. We haven't called his name just yet, so we'll see if Mercyhurst starts using him a little bit more. This time, it's going to be handed off to Brown Dukes, and he goes forward, maybe gets a yard right there, but the Vulcans able to swallow that spot up in the middle of the field.
And good defense there by California, and really, when he goes to the middle, California's really been cramping him down. It's when he bounces it, he kicks it to the outside, is where he's been making his money so far in this game. And it's going to be tough running against all those big bodies of Haddock, Turner, and Baker.
Yeah, Brown Duke's not exactly one of the bigger running backs in the PSAC, but he gets the job done for Mercyhurst. This time out of a broken eye formation, Emmerich is going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll out towards the flat once again. That one is caught right there by Donnie Hull, and he gets just about enough for the first down right there for Mercyhurst.
He slipped out of the backfield. Cal did not know him there. And looks like they'll spot it here. I believe short here. He looks like we'll see where he spot. But let's see, he makes it right here. And, oh, yeah, he lost his balance. Yep, right there. Yeah, good call. He lost his balance, and that's work on the sidelines there. For a skilled player, he can really work the sidelines there. But for him, that's just tough play because he extended. I thought he had the first down, but a good spot there.
I thought he did too, but with that step out of bounds, it's now 3rd and 2 for Mercyhurst. They don't want this drive to end on a 3-and-out. Out of the shotgun, Emmerich going back to pass right here. There's pressure coming from the other side. He is hit hard. It goes out of his hand. The ball is loose. Vulcan's defender is going to jump on it. It's still loose. Nobody's been able to come up with it, and Mercyhurst is going to recover it right there. F.J. Williams hasn't made a catch yet, but he might have just saved Mercyhurst's drive right there.
But yeah, California, there was no whistle there. They didn't play the whistle. Veal came on the blitz, but it's like the refs always say, look at this. Veal, I mean, his throw, they might have thought it was a forward pass, but why does California stop playing? It looks like Cameron Tarver's the only one that knew it was still going on here, and the ball's still bouncing around. Mercyhurst gets a break. I mean, Mercyhurst's drive should have been stopped right there, but Mercyhurst, they got to take advantage of this, of that weird play.
Once again, Mercyhurst getting another opportunity right here out of the I formation. Emmerich under center with one receiver spread out to the near side. He hands it off to Brown Dukes, who goes forward, gets hit real hard right there, though. Only gets about 2 yards. Very hard fought right there.
Yeah, he did. He ran into the shoulder of Jordan Bowman there and just dropped. I even see Bowman need to go to the ground. You'll see on the replay here. When you meet a guy that hits as hard as Jordan Bowman, you see right there. But Bowman doesn't even need to fall down. He just walks away, tackles him.
Just ends the play and moves on. Less than 3.5 minutes left here in the first half, so Mercyhurst gonna have to pay attention to that clock just a little bit. Sending a man in motion right there. That's Matarazzo. Emmerich gonna fake the handoff to both his fullback and running back. There is pressure. He throws it down the field to Matarazzo, who gets the catch, and a big gain right there. And it looks like on that play, Quentin Smith fell down for the Vulcans. He possibly had a chance to pick that one off.
Yeah, Quentin Smith there, looks like he got away there. I thought I was waiting for him to get hit as well, but it looks like he's coming off here. He might be a little shaken up. But we'll see here. It's a good play action, decent protection. That's been something Mercer's been struggling with. But yeah, it looks like Quentin Smith was waiting, expecting that to be intercepted, and it kind of assumed the tight end was going to drop it, which is kind of, I mean, he was open. He was going to catch it.
Quentin Smith could have went in for the big hit right there too. Mercyhurst, 2 receivers towards the far side of the field. Chaz Veal's moving around right there, looking to come on the blitz. He is there, but right there, Brown Dukes goes past Veal. He goes into the second level, tackled down by 3 of the Vulcans' defensive backs. And now, once again, Mercyhurst down inside the red zone against the Vulcans.
And Brown Dukes, he saw Veal coming, and he basically said, thank you for creating that hole for me. He could bounce it to the outside there. But here comes Mercyhurst in the red zone again for the 3rd time here. Lucky, they honestly really shouldn't be there. But if California didn't stop playing to the whistle, but Mercyhurst here, they need it. It's obvious, but I can't stress this enough. They need points.
And Everett's going to try to get them there right now here on this drive. Scanning over the defense. He hands it off right here. Brown Dukes, there is pressure going into the backfield. He is tripped up, and once again, the Vulcans defense gets into the backfield and stops that rushing play from going anywhere.
Yeah, that was Jawad Turner in there. It looks like he might have got a yard. Actually, they're going to say he lost a yard because he fell down where his knee touched. So Mercyhurst, it's like they're a whole different team when they're in the red zone.
Yeah, they have not been able to move anywhere, especially forward. It seems like right around the 6-yard line is where they hit a wall and aren't able to get anywhere near the end zone from there. So this time, 2nd and 11 from the 14-yard line. Once again, that clock is still running. Less than a minute and a half now in the first half. And a very tight formation here for Mercyhurst. They're going to hand it off to Brown Dukes, who is stuffed right off the bat. Once again, another defender for the Vulcans coming around the edge and making the tackle. That was Jordan Bowman right there.
And Mercyhurst is going to take a timeout here. But again, two runs for Brown Dukes up the middle. No, he got lost 1 yard. I mean, again, they're not opening up the passing game. They're not opening up to trying to hit the tight ends or the fullbacks of what they've been doing. So now, with California here, again, playing good red zone defense.
Yeah, they
And
have.
let's take a look at the PSAC schedule. We have some games to update here. So Seton Hill is up 23-16 over Edinburgh. Slippery Rock is up 10-7 over Clarion. Shippensburg and Kutztown are tied at 14. And IEP is up 20-7. IEP is off 20-7 for Gann. That's kind of expected. Actually, 30-16 Seton Hill. So Seton Hill, that's good for Seton Hill because ever since Cal ripped their hearts out in the first game in October, they have not been the same team. So good for Seton Hill. Edinburgh actually has a new quarterback. It's not Jake Sisson. Edinburgh changed quarterbacks for this week, but for in that Clarion Slippery Rock game, Clarion was up 7-3 at one point. So Slippery Rock just got a touchdown to take the lead there. So Clarion's playing hard. They played IUP hard at home, but you have to expect, especially but with Clarion's defense holding Slippery Rock down to 10 points, that's a win considering what Cal's offense did to them.
Yes, we're keeping an eye on a lot of those games throughout the day today, especially with the playoff implications. And right here, the Vulcans got to take care of business. So 3rd down and about 11 for Mercyhurst. Going out of the I formation, it looks like somebody moved. There is a flag, but this could be offsides instead or encroachment on the Vulcans, as I guess the referees didn't see anybody move.
Well, California definitely moved. There was 3 guys in the backfield that jumped, and that helps the Lakers out here. But the Lakers, again, they're getting opportunities here. They were backed up, and now they suddenly get a 3rd and 6. Now it becomes an easy 3rd and 6 here. They don't need to get in the end zone, but you can see Haddock was the first guy in the backfield there. That's the right call because this guy's moved first.
Yeah, Haddock jumped right over the line, trying to get to the quarterback right off the bat. So this is going to make it a little bit more manageable. 3rd and 6 for Mercyhurst. They have Jaquan Williams over towards the near side of the field. They're going to hand it off to Brown Dukes, trying to find a hole, and he is stuffed. He keeps fighting. He tries to get the first down, but he is going to be just short, probably 2 yards short as he's down at the 5-yard line.
And he almost fumbled the ball there. His knee was down. But again, Mercer is just trying to go predictable here with Brown Dukes here.
4th down.
It goes here, but it looks like Mercer is going to go for a 4th and 2. And, well, they'll take a timeout first, so we'll have a timeout here. They'll talk it over. But Brown Dukes almost losing the handle of the ball there. But again, but considering what's been going on, the adventures they've been having with their field goal kicking attempts, I mean, I think this is a good call because they got to get 6 right here. They got to get back in this game. Even if you kick a field goal here, it's a good thing because they get the ball in the first half. And if they get, and you can see when Mercier's offense against Cal's defense right here, there are a lot of even numbers right there, especially rushing. But Cal's defense was very bruised and battered from the Slippery Rock and IEP games. But they've been letting, for 3 weeks, also Del Reese Williams back at Clarion, they've been handling Brown Dukes for the most part. They've been letting him, he had his good runs, but for the most part, you can see right there on those last 3 runs, they stood tall. Looks like Mercyhurst's offense is coming onto the field here, so they will go for it.
So with the field goal troubles that Mercyhurst has been having, I guess they are going to try to go ahead and get the 6 points on top of the fact that they want to get back into this game. About 53 seconds left here on the clock for the first half. 2 men in motion right here for Mercyhurst. They're going to shift the blocking towards the right side. Sends another man go back towards the left. They're going to hand it off to Brown Dukes. He tries to get the first down. The Vulcans kept him backwards as he tried to dive forward.
Depending on the spot here, I'm pretty sure he was short. When he fell down, I thought he was short.
And if so, the Vulcans defense did a fantastic job of not allowing him to fall forward for the first down, and that is
stopped him.
A turnover on downs for the Vulcans.
I mean, Mercyhurst should write a book about how to not score in the red zone, because that's 3 times now they've got no points when they're inside the 10-yard line. And now California here, they have a chance with 48 seconds here. But now, Damon, it brings the question, what do? Do you play conservative? Because Mercyhurst doesn't have any timeouts. Harris has been working the deep pass pretty well today. But there's also been a couple times where California's turned the ball over against Clarion. Remember, James Harris threw a pick here. I think you just take a knee and take it in the end zone here, 17-0. Looks like that's what they're going to do. Smart decision. Take the lead.
So yeah, the Vulcans with that 17-0 lead, looks like they're going to just take that into halftime, and they can be happy with the way they've started this game out, especially with their defense. Yeah. It seems right there, Matt, on the 6-yard line. There's a wall. There's an invisible wall right there.
And it's crazy how many. There's only been, each team's only had the ball 3 times in this game. Mercyhurst has had, they've been in the 10-yard, within the Vulcans 10-yard line every time. The pressure's been great for California. They're making it happen. No turnovers, almost a turnover at one point. And California's offense really impressive, moving the ball against this Mercyhurst defense right here. But last season, it was 21-17 at halftime and ended 59-49. So we could be seeing some crazy and weird things happen in the second half. Who knows?
And it was a good first half for the Vulcans, and as they are going to go into halftime with a 17-0 lead. When we come back, we'll have second half action here for you as the Vulcans play against Mercyhurst. We'll be back on CUTV.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Save preset 1 for CalU's best music. More music in the car, more music in the door, more music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation, playing CalU's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And welcome back inside Adamson Stadium here. It is senior day and the final regular season home game of the football season. And so far the Vulcans are having a great senior day of 17-0 here on Mercyhurst as we get ready to start this second half of football action. We'll take a look at the stats from the first half.
Yeah, Damon, here you can see Mercyhurst leading the way with 101 rushing yards, a lot coming from the legs of Brandon Brown-Dukes. He has 67. Cal leading the way passing. James Harris, 7 for 8, 199 yards. Cal leading the way total stats here. But let's go way down here to time of possession because it is very lopsided. And for reasons of Mercyhurst had 3 long drives that landed in the inside the 10-yard line of the Vulcans and got no points, which leads us to that 17-0 score in favor of Cal. But the red zone offense of Mercyhurst is, I should even say red zone offense, the goal line offense of Mercyhurst has been so inept here. It's just that's been killing them. They should be closer. Maybe they have a chance to take the lead here with the way they're moving the ball, taking the advantage from it was a roughing the punter penalty that let them go on the field, and also Cal not playing to the whistle on the one fumble. But Cal, they've had opportunities, but they just got to take them. But the one stat here, F.J. Williams, no catches for no yards. Cal's done a good job shutting him down, but you got to believe they're going to try to go to him here in the second half because he's as talented as anyone in the PSAC. Let's take a look at the highlights.
And we take a look at some of the highlights that we talked about on the first play of the game. Luke Smorey going over the middle of the field and then breaking a tackle and making it all the way to the end zone. Again, that was the first play of the game, so the Vulcans opening things up really quickly like they have in the last few games here in their victories. So that got them up 7-0 to start this. And then after that, there was a blocked field goal. Mercyhurst drove down the field and tried to score, but the Vulcans were able to block that field goal. We'll see more of this as we go on through the rest of these highlights. That kept Mercyhurst off the board, and another one right here is blocked by the Vulcans. Hits off the bottom of the crossbar. That one was Vondell Bell.
That was 12 plays in Cal's 10-yard line that they missed that field goal here. And here's John Franklin here. He continued his touchdown streak, not with that run, but you'll be seeing right here. It sets it up for this this great run right here where he's just, I mean, this is just great blocking, right? Textbook blocking. McCauley, Jones plowing the way for Franklin, doing the dirty work and getting his touchdown streak. 10 for 10 as you see head coach Mike Keller right here. Never defeated Mercyhurst, but right now he is 30 minutes away from breaking that. Mercyhurst gets the ball first here, and I mean, you best believe Marty Schatzel was very livid in that locker room for how exciting they should be in this game. They could have the lead in this game, but they don't. And for everyone watching on CALvsMERCYHURST.com, we have a couple quick score updates here. PSAC East worthy. Kutztown up 24-14 on Shippensburg, and Westchester leading the way over East Stroudsburg 24-7. Those scores hold, Damon. Westchester is going to the PSAC championship game next week and hosting.
The PSAC PSAC East has been pretty much of a scramble, so that'll get figured out. And Richie Sanders back. He's going to get this ball at about the 1 yard line off the kickoff. Cal Special Teams has done a very good job, but Sanders spinning out of a tackle right there and falling down at about the 25 yard line. It's just about as good as it would have been for a touchback.
Hey, that was a decent run. I mean, like I said, he's elusive as anyone. The way he's been playing on special teams, he's tough to bring down there in California. The tackling's kind of been off here in the not just for the special teams, but for defense as well. Because you could see here, he had a chance right there at the 20 yard line, but he spins around. That's just elusiveness as well. Cal's not forced a 3 and out on Mercyhurst offense so far in this game.
We'll see what the Vulcans can do right here. They've done a good job holding Mercyhurst to no points in this game. Emmerich going to hand the ball off right here to Brown Dukes. He fights forward, follows his blocks. That is a good chunk of yards right there, about 7 yards on that run.
That's a good job. It looks like he was following his tight end right there, John Matt Rosero. And he's not. That's probably been his best run going up the middle here, considering the way California's defensive line, the two tackles, Turner and Haddock, the way they've been clogging the holes.
This is a big drive for Mercyhurst. They got to get on the board here if they want to get back into this game, starting off the second half in an I formation right here. They are going to hand it off to Brown Dukes. He goes forward, but he gets tackled down just about a yard short of the first down, so that'll bring up a big third down right off the bat for Mercyhurst.
And again, Mercyhurst here, they had success converting on third down way back in their own territory, but when it's come closer, they've had missed a success right here. It'll be a 3rd and 1. So you got to believe they'll probably, I could see a quarterback sneak right here the way they used Emmerich the last time he did that, where he just fell forward and was pretty much untouched. They're going to go in I formation here.
The possibilities are open here with such short yardage to get that first down and move the chains. Emmerich in that I formation, 2 receivers over towards the near side, but there's going to be a timeout called here by Mercyhurst. They're going to have to burn a timeout very early in the second half.
Yeah, a minute and 19 seconds into the second half right there. They have to burn a timeout there. That's going to hurt them because when if it comes down to the wire, they're not going to have the timeout to either stop Cal's offense, or if they're trying to do a last-minute drive, trying to use the timeouts and stop the time right here. So that's an advantage here. They'll talk it out on 3rd down here. Here is Super Region 1 to update. Slippery Rock is now up 16-7 over Clarion. IEP up 20-7. Don't know about Virginia Union and mentioned Shepherd. They're going to host. They got Urbana next week. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to win that game. But it's going to be interesting to see, is Charleston going to be number 2, or is Slippery Rock eventually going to take number 2? Because Charleston lost to Shepherd. That's their only loss, is to Shepherd. So we know they probably won't win the conference title. Actually, Shepherd clinched the conference title because all Charleston can do is tie them. But Slippery Rock, if they win the PSAC, that might vault them up to the 2nd spot.
We'll see how those rankings shake out as we go through these last couple games of the regular season here. Mercyhurst doing what they have been doing all day, setting a couple of people in motion, and once again, Emmerich on the quarterback sneak goes forward straight past all the linemen, gets about 5 yards, and then gets hit down hard after that.
That's the exact same. That's like the exact same thing that happened on the last 3rd and 1. His shoulder pad got ripped off right there, and I'm sure his shoulder's fine, but with Emmerich up the middle, that's a decent play. Maybe they can run down the goal line.
And it looks like on the tackle right there, and even on the hit right there, that was number 14, Earl Brewster, for the Vulcans. So Mercyhurst picking up the first down, avoiding taking a 3 and out for the first time today. 1 receiver towards the near side of the field for Mercyhurst. They're going to hand it off. Brown Dukes fights his way forward, and he's starting to gain some momentum and yardage going up the middle. That one goes for about 5 yards.
Well, for California's defense, again, they don't get the 3 and out right here, but they stayed. Mercyhurst stopped until that weird fumble, flew forward, and Mercyhurst was able to get the first down right here. That would call it a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. And we go 12:52 left here in the third quarter. But for California, they got to force a punt here. Force a punt and have no roughing the kicker thing, and just get their offense back on the field. That offense was red hot.
That formation right here for Emmerich. Emmerich is going to hand it off once again to Brown Dukes, who falls forward. He finds a nice hole and gets another first down. So Mercyhurst, the Lakers, getting inside Vulcan territory.
Well, and then they're marching again right here. But in Brown Dukes again, Cal's getting not getting that push up front they did. That's why he hasn't been working well front up the middle right here. But now, as Dukes closes in on 100 right here, it'd be big because Cal didn't really see him because he got injured so early in last year's game.
And they're down to about the 44-yard line, are the Lakers. They're going to send Jaquan Williams in motion. Vulcans looking like they're going to bring a blitz right here. They'll hand it off. Once again, Brown Dukes makes a spin move, goes down towards the 35, gets hit pretty hard as he falls towards the ground, but yet another first down here for the Lakers.
Yeah, they have no answers. They have no answers for Brown Dukes. He's just going up the middle. Look at the holes being created there by the Mercyhurst line, and he gets there, but Mercyhurst gets closer to that red zone, which has been, I mean, it's been you call it the danger zone for what Mercyhurst has been getting into here, but this is a big statement drive for the Lakers. And California, no turnovers forced so far. Maybe that changes.
They continue to control the clock and the ball down to about 11:30 left in the third quarter. Once again, Jaquan Williams going back towards the far side of the field. Handoff once again is to Brown Dukes. This time he is tackled and hit by contact initially, but he still fights forward for about 3 extra yards, and again, another 5-yard gain.
And Errol Brewster there on the stop. And looks like we'll see Cameron Tarver come out here. But again, Dukes, they're going up. There's nothing been predictable, and California's really not been sending any stacking the boxes, considering that every play except for 3rd and 1 has been the Brown Dukes.
And Mercyhurst, we saw the stats again, over 100 rushing yards as a team going into this half, and right now really adding to that total. We'll see if they break from that here. Broken eye formation, 2 receivers towards the far side. Emmerich scanning over. Vulcans sending pressure right away. They're going to get a hand on Emmerich. He gets away, passes to Jaquan Williams in the flat, and he is able to avoid the sack and even gain a few yards thanks to the completed pass.
And Aaron Terry, great tackle there to wrap up Jaquan Williams there before he could get any. They'll set up about 3rd and 3. They'll give him forward progress there on the spot. But yeah, Emmerich had 2 players in his face, was able to get it off and break. It looks like, I believe that was Brewster again getting in there. And it looks like Veal again. Veal's been coming. They've been using Veal a lot on the blitzes here today.
And it was good defense by the Vulcans to make sure that the Mercyhurst did not get the first down. So a 3rd and about 3 yards here. Mercyhurst trying to convert once again on 3rd down. They're going to hand it off to Brown Dukes. Shakes off a man and gets forward to about the 20-yard line for a first down. Again, that elusiveness really paying off for him.
Yeah, it really is, because he's making a lot of guys miss. He was stopped short here after the first hit right there, and he's just so quick here. And now Mercyhurst has hit the red zone. So now has it improved, or is it still the same things? We're under 10 minutes so far already in this third quarter. Mercyhurst again. I mean, California's offense only 3 drives so far in this game.
Mercyhurst has done a good job at just burning that clock away so far in this one. 9:30 remaining in the third quarter. Once again, out of that I formation. This time, handing off to Brown Dukes. He gets stopped behind the line, and he loses just about a yard. That time, the Vulcans got pretty good penetration into the backfield.
And when they hit the red zone, you can see they finally get the push up front there with Haddock and Turner wrapping Brown Dukes up there. He loses a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11 right here. But again, if the confidence of the Lakers players right here, if these plays start not going well, then the nerves are going to pick up here on 3rd down, and things aren't going to go right because they know what's been happening.
And if the Vulcans could even force a turnover right here, that could really make Mercyhurst's offense think twice once they get down into this area. So once again, as per usual, Mercyhurst sending 2 men in motion right here.
2 tight ends.
Emmerich is going to hand off towards that side where they move the tight ends, but in the backfield come the Vulcan defenders. Another big stop on Brown Dukes. Great tackling right there. I know one of the players was Jordan Bowman, and Lardani were 2 of the guys in the backfield.
Yeah, Lardani first caught. Yeah, you can see Bowman there coming in the last side, but Lardani wrapping him up again. 2 plays. Brown Dukes has got nothing. He's lost a yard again. So now here on 3rd and 11 becomes the question. If Mercyhurst doesn't get much here, do you go for it? So field goal, I mean, that's been an adventure.
Down 17-0. It is still a lot of football left to be played, but the possibility, I'm sure, is creeping into the minds of Mercyhurst coaches. 3rd down and 11 from the 21-yard line. This time, Mercyhurst going out of the shotgun. Emmerich back to pass. He goes towards the flat. This is caught, and it could go for the first down. He falls forward. They may have marked him about a yard short possibly here on this play.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't get a great spot there. They're marking him short. I think that's because let's see where he extends here. That's not even probably.
4th down.
Oh, his right foot stepped out, so that's actually a good spot. But now it'll be 4th and 1, and they'll go for it here because since they have a chance here. But now, I think if Mercyhurst goes for it here, they need I say quarterback sneak. Emmerich's gotten, I think, 10 yards off of trying a 1-yard sneak right here. So now California, so they can stack the box here, use the fullback, but here we go. And Richie Sanders back in the tailback.
And this has been where Mercyhurst has had some issues. They're going to hand it off to Sanders. He gets stuffed, but he is able to keep his legs moving and fall forward for the couple yards that he needs, and he gets that first down.
It looks like he just got it at first, but then the extra landing is where he gets stopped. Yeah, look at it right there. He bounced off Terry and just fell forward for the first down. But Mercyhurst now, all 4 drives have made it inside the Cal 10-yard line here. They've been held the ball for almost 8 minutes. And this is one of the longest drives I think I can remember California being faced against this season. But this is where it gets really bad for Mercyhurst when it gets inside the 10-yard line.
And we talked about it earlier. Usually right around the 6-yard line is where Mercyhurst starts to have some issues. And we're going to get a whistle right here, and this will be a timeout.
Timeout, Mercyhurst.
And Mercyhurst has already burned 2 timeouts in this half, which is incredible considering they're still down in this game.
That's going to hurt them. That's going to absolutely hurt them later on in this game, taking 2 timeouts. They only have 1 left. So if they're trying to get back in this game, this is going to work. But something I noticed, Emmerich kind of counted the slow here, but we're going to take a look at the season. And after the first 3 games here, I'm thinking, wow, Mercyhurst might win the PSAC West here because that was after Gannon lost to Clarion and Slippery Rock had struggles. But then they lose to IUP, they never beat IUP, and then after that, they went in a tailspin, destroyed at Clarion. Close game here against Gannon, their city rivals there. Almost had a Hail Mary at the end of the game. The receiver was actually intercepted. Tough game with Slippery Rock. They were leading going into the 4th quarter in that game. Then they barely beat Edinburgh on a Thursday night. Last week was that big put it all together. Finally, we get this performance. But so much expectations out of this Mercyhurst team. It's not been what they wanted. They've been kind of an underachieving team, I think, in my opinion, because, I mean, yes, you lose Brendan Boyle and he had a couple injuries as well, but still, there's still a lot of talent on this team that they should, considering what they've been doing the past couple seasons, especially at the end of the season. They actually started out the season hot and kind of fell off.
And right now, if they want a chance to win this game, they're going to have to find a way to get into the end zone and get some points. First down and goal from the 8-yard line. Emmerich going to hand off to Sanders, and he is dropped right off the bat right there by the Vulcans. Big hit and a no gain on the play. So the defense, again, this is their area.
Yep, Justin Baker right there, number 52. And I ran into Justin Baker's mom last week in Erie, and she was saying, that's my son. You got to get more of him on there and talk about him more. I will talk about him more because he has been unbelievable. He's come out of nowhere to come in this ball game. He's a transfer as well from James Madison, so D1 talent here on this Cal team.
And that was a no gain on the play thanks to the stop right there. So 2nd and goal from the 8. They fake the handoff. Rolling out is Emmerich. He goes towards the end zone. And this one is caught, and it is a touchdown. Mercyhurst finally looks like they're going to break the scoreboard right here.
Yeah, finally. Just getting in the end zone there. That was the tight end right now. And we'll see right here. It was close. They got good protection. Emmerich had a lot of time here. And yeah, it's like his feet just were in the end zone right there, so spot. But finally, Mercyhurst uses a complete drive here, almost 9 minutes off the clock, and slays the goal line problems here and gets a much-needed touchdown.
That was John Matareza that got the touchdown pass in the end zone, just getting his feet in there. Dylan Condis now coming in for the extra point attempt. It is up, and it is good. So Mercyhurst finally breaks the scoreboard after all that time and is on the board. So the Vulcans still lead 17-7. We'll be back with more action here on CUTV. as Mercyhurst has finally gotten on the board here against the Vulcans. It is now 17-7 as they put together an almost 9-minute drive to get down the field and finally put up their first 7 points of the game. And Dylan Condis is going to kick this one, more of a squib kick right here, a line drive. It's going to be picked up by Baker right there, and he's trying to follow his blocks. He gets towards the outside. He's just plowing through people and gets down to the 35-yard line.
Justin Baker with the return.
How about it? Cal's got decent field position to start right here. He ran to his own guy as well. But this is what happens when Cal's had the ball this season compared to when Mercyhurst's defense has been on the field. Mercyhurst's defense has been doing pretty well, but all those categories going against this Vulcans offense, it's coming out for only they'll say official 5th drive, but the 4th drive was used just to take some knees and go to the end zone here. This California offense, they should be fresh and ready to go down the field.
Keep in mind, one of those other drives as well was just one play. This time Harris going from the pistol formation, going over to the far side to Brown. Brown using his evasiveness, gets past 2 of his defenders, keeps on his feet, continues to run, and gets all the way down to the 30-yard line on a bubble screen. Gary Brown pretty much made that happen.
And Gary Brown making it happen against the Mercyhurst Lakers again. He scored on a touchdown last season just like this off a bubble screen, but this time he still makes it happen right here. Look at him, just his speed just going away from his defenders right there. And Gary gets California set up in Mercyhurst territory.
What I was surprised by was the fact there were 6 white jerseys around him right there, and he is spread out to the far side once again. Harris gonna fake the handoff to Franklin. Goes back to pass another deep throw down the corner of the field. Kawan Scott just past his hands. He almost broke a record right there for receiving yards for the Vulcans, and also would have got a touchdown.
And that would have been the Cal receiving yards record right there if he catches this. But this ball is a little overthrown right here. Decent coverage. It might have slowed him down right there, but just so close. That's happened with Scott a couple times this season. The ball is just too long, but so close. But yeah, I mean, we haven't seen him since take a catch since the first drive of the game.
And Kawan Scott's been pretty quiet since then. We'll see if they get the ball to him, though, here in this half. Harris out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. He's going to throw a low throw to Lomax. He's going to make the catch, and he's going to go out of bounds, and he gains about 7 or 8 yards right there, close to the first down.
It looks like they'll call it 8 down here. They'll call it 3rd and 2 here. This is Devin Lomax's first catch of the game. He had a touchdown called back last week against Gannon, but it was a spot foul. But so we'll see right now here. 3rd and short. Jimmy Wheeler back on the field to try to see if they can use the speed there if they go run the ball. But watch Smore here in the slot on this play.
And the Vulcans looking to answer back for that touchdown as Mercyhurst has made it a game, only down by 10. About 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Harris out of the shotgun, gives the ball to Wheeler. He cuts towards the outside, is tackled from behind, and that is not going to be enough for the first down as he is about a yard short. And that was good defense by Mercyhurst right there.
I'm surprised Cal doesn't go up the middle right here, but you can see on the tackle there, that's one of Mercyhurst captains, Joe Dever there, coming from behind and wrapping Wheeler up. Teams have had troubles to let Wheeler out, but California's going to go for it. I bet there's no doubt about this one that they'll go for here, because William Brazil has kind of struggled from distance a little bit right here. They'll go out I formations.
Deep in their own territory, the Vulcans are going to go ahead and try to go for it right here. To keep the ball in their hands, they're going to hand it off to Franklin. Their big back, he finds a big hole actually right here, and he gets fighting. Almost got to the end zone off of that play, but he gets down inside the 10-yard line on a big run.
And I think California was taking this right there because he was almost got, because Mercyhurst put everyone in the box, but credit Franklin right there. California's coming right back to the line here.
Using the hurry-up offense, Mercyhurst stacking the line. They're going to get some penetration, but Franklin is going to get at least back to the line of scrimmage, but Mercyhurst lining the box and almost was able to get a tackle for a loss.
Well, he was able to get a couple yards here. He'll give him 2 right there. He just fell forward, and that's what they'll give him there, a tackle on that play. Dorian Stevens, he's made a nice couple of stops for it. That's his 4th tackle of the game, which leads every Mercyhurst player. Now, Kawan Scott comes onto the field here. He can't set the record here if he gets in the end zone, but go look to see if they can try to go for a fade pattern here maybe with Brown and Scott on the field.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line then for the Vulcans as Harris is going to work out of the pistol formation. Mercyhurst backing off the line this time, not really looking to expect the run right here. Harris is going to hand it off to Wheeler. He tries to use his speed and evasiveness, gets down inside almost to the 2-yard line, and that'll set up a 3rd and goal for the Vulcans.
And Wheeler just so close there. We've been talking about Franklin's touchdown streak. Jimmy Wheeler scored in the last 4 games as well. Looks like we're going to see Bowman come back here at the fullback. This is where Franklin got his first touchdown, but Franklin's coming in now. Harris coming over here to the sideline to get the play from Coach Keller. But now, on 3rd and 2 right here, you best believe that they'll be using dual fullbacks right here to try to get Franklin in the end zone.
The big back Franklin is there. Mercyhurst once again stacking the box with all their linemen. Harris gonna go back to pass towards the corner of the end zone. This one is there to Gary Brown. It is caught for the touchdown. Beautiful throw right there, and the Vulcans answer back for Mercyhurst's first touchdown of the game.
Good play call. Good play call here in 2nd down. And Gary Brown, who's had touchdowns against Clarion, Gannon, and now Mercyhurst, and he turned around his receiver there, Tevin Stewart. He's been working Tevin Stewart hard. And Brown, who kicked off this drive with that long catch and run, gets a touchdown here for California.
That'll bring in William Brazil to attempt the extra point, as the Vulcans are going to get to 24 points, as that extra point is good right there. So the Vulcans answer right back against Mercyhurst's touchdown. We'll have more action for you when we come back here on CUTV. Vulcans lead it 24-7.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh,
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
And we're back here on CUTV as the Vulcans have answered and scored a touchdown of their own, with Gary Brown capping off a good drive and putting the Vulcans into a more comfortable lead, 24-7, as they get ready to kick it back off here to Mercyhurst. Brazil sends it down the field, and it is going to be returned here by Richie Sanders. He's had a good game so far, and a huge hit right there by the Vulcan special teams.
Wait, hold the phone here, Damon. Are they calling this a fumble here? Because they're calling Mercyhurst's ball here, but California, I can see that was Vincent Alimenti, the freshman defensive back. Looks like they'll say he was down there. He came up with the ball, so a break here for the Lakers. Let's take a look at this touchdown again, though. Great play.
Yeah, Gary Brown getting just off his defender just enough. As you can see, Mercyhurst wanted a penalty as Brown may have pushed off, but right there, the Vulcans still got a big touchdown to answer back.
You're not going to get that call. You're not going to get that call. But so Mercyhurst right here again. This is where Cal's defense can end the game right here.
Yeah, 2:45 left in the 3rd quarter. Vulcans trying to stop Mercyhurst from getting down the field on a long drive. This one out to the far side of the field. It is caught and hauled down to about a 9-yard gain right there for Mercyhurst.
Finally, F.J. Williams gets his first catch of the game. I mean, I'm not sure if Zach Emmerich realized he was on the field, but you got to credit Cal's defense for holding him down until about 2 minutes in the 1st quarter right here, for holding Williams down for a catch.
And Emmerich did finally find F.J. Williams on that last play coming out of the I formation here. They're going to hand it off on a 2nd and 1. And nowhere. Brown Dukes goes nowhere on that play. Matter of fact, he might have lost a yard on the play. Possibly got back to the line of scrimmage, but Mercyhurst running into a little bit of a problem right here again.
Yeah, it looks like we'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage here and not lose the yards. We got under 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. But right here, looks like Corey Bopp again, who continues to be that steady hand, replacing Luke Rapchak, who had an unbelievable first part of the season.
So once again, 3rd and short here for that Mercyhurst offense. See if they go with a running game here to get this last yard or two. Jaquan Williams going over towards the far side of the field in motion. It's going to be handed off to Brown Dukes. He gets hit in the backfield. He keeps churning, and he maybe just fell forward far enough to get that first down right here.
Yeah, that last lunge, I believe, will give them the first down right here. He didn't get a great spot. They're going to measure it here. He did not get a good spot there. I think it would be good enough for the first down. Actually, no, they're not going to measure it to be a first down. I was going to say, I thought he got it with that last lunge is what got him for the first down. Again, not a 3-and-out force by Cal's defense.
Able to keep his legs off the ground as he fell forward. Jaquan and F.J. Williams once again over on the near side of the field this time. We'll see if Mercyhurst maybe will decide to throw on first down. Emmerich going to hand it off to Brown Dukes. He's hit in the backfield, and he is spun around and put to the ground after only just about a 1-yard gain.
Jawan Turner there with a great tackle on Brown Dukes, and they're getting some push up front again to start here. And they wrapped them up a couple of times. I mean, only a yard gain on that third down pickup, and that's even letting Brown Dukes carry that drive for the Lakers on the last scoring drive here. As we're at 35 seconds left here. Mercyhurst taking a lot of time here. They can't take a lot of time. They're down 17 points with almost about a quarter to go.
They hurry up to the offensive line just a little bit quicker right here. 2 receivers spread out, 1 to each side. Emmerich is going to fake the handoff. He's going towards the corner. This one is going to be caught right there. What a catch right there. Quentin Smith was expecting the interception.
That's the second time he did that.
But Donnie Hall coming out of nowhere and making the reception. I thought it was going to be intercepted
myself.
I
thought it was too. He was waiting for it. I can't believe this. But he was standing there waiting for it, but you can't do that. Look at it. Again, that's just, like I said, that's the second time he's done that. He's got to meet his receiver. He could have broke that play up.
And if anything, he could have possibly went in and at least hit Donnie Hall to make sure he didn't catch that football. Mercier's trying to get one more play off before the end of the third quarter. About 5 seconds left on the clock. They're going to get the snap off, and they're going to give it to Brown Dukes. He is tackled down after a gain of about 4, and that'll be the end of the third quarter.
And that's a good stop right there. But 1 quarter to go for California to finally slay the Mercyhurst Demons and push ahead towards a playoff spot.
We have 15 minutes left for you. We'll be back here on CUTV.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And welcome back for the last 15 minutes of this contest. We're about ready to start the fourth quarter. California up 24-7. And so far, the Vulcans trying to find a way to stop Mercyhurst as they are rolling down the field. But Mercyhurst as well, using up a lot of clock right now.
Yeah, and 116 of those offensive yards coming from Brandon Brown Dukes. A lot of that coming in the third quarter that took up a lot of the drive.
So out of the shotgun, Emmerich with Brown Dukes beside him on the left. He's going to go back to pass right here. Pressure from the Vulcans right away. Brown Dukes makes a one-handed catch, but the Vulcans defense was all over that right there as they stop him in the backfield. That was Devontae Suber right there on the tackle for the Vulcans.
Yeah, they blew that up from the start, especially getting the Emmerich. They didn't pick up the blitz well, especially. They didn't have blockers ready. Look at that. Suber was past three Mercyhurst blockers right there. Quick score update. Virginia State up 17-7 over Virginia Union. Big Glendale Ridge.
So right here, Mercyhurst going to have a single I formation right here. 2 receivers on the near side of the field. Vulcans looks like they're stacking the line, maybe showing a blitz. They're going to go back in coverage. Back to pass goes Emmerich, and this one is almost intercepted. Suber dropping that in and out of his hands. That would have been the first turnover of the game today for either team. But right there, Suber could not hang on.
Oh, that was so close. Suber, he just juggled that. That would have been his first pick of his Vulcan career. But they forced to stop, and that's the important thing. But right here, you got to believe Cal's going to be very careful on this punt here if that's what Mercyhurst ever so chooses, and they will.
Yeah, the last time Mercyhurst went to try to punt it, the Vulcans ran into their kicker, number 93, Dylan Condis, and gave Mercyhurst a new set of downs to work with to continue their drive. And the Vulcans are usually always aggressive trying to block punts. So Condis is going to try to punt this one away. He'll get it off. It's a short punt. Fair catch is called for, and it's going to roll Mercyhurst's way down inside the 10 at about the 7-yard line. So a very good punt right there from Condis.
And I believe there's a flag way down here on the play here. I don't know what they could be calling this one on here.
It's down near where the fair catch was called for.
I mean,
this may be a holding penalty possibly.
That's crazy considering that Terry didn't run for the ball.
Wait for the ref's call.
22 of the receiving team. 10 yards.
And it is going to be holding on number 22 for the Vulcans, Isaiah Scott, right there.
Oh yeah, right there. You could see he was holding number 12 there for the Lakers. That was Dante Redwood. He was holding up there. I could see why they called it. But now California's going to be spotted at their own 4-yard line, so they have to be very careful. But this is a drive here with 14:04 left here in this ball game. Run the ball and churn out those yards, churn off the time, because Mercyhurst doesn't have an offense that can come back. It's been proven they take a lot of time.
And right here, Harris going out of the pistol. They're actually going to pass right here. They're going to go deep down the field. Gary Brown just has enough space, and he makes the reception down near the 50-yard line. So talk about breathing room. The Vulcans just gave themselves 45 yards of it.
Well, I'm glad Coach Keller didn't listen to me, because this was a broken tackle from a 96-yard touchdown. And Gary Brown has made some great catches again. The second straight drive, he's had a big catch that's vaulted this California offense. Mercyhurst has no answers for James Harris.
So the Vulcans are going to continue to move the clock as well as gain a good chunk of yardage right here, as they could put another score on the board to ice this thing away without wasting too much time. Harris. They're going to have McCauley in the backfield with him right there, as well as Wheeler. And this one, they're going to hand it off to Wheeler. He goes towards the outside, tries to find a little bit of a hole, makes 3 or 4 guys miss, keeps on his feet, fights back over, gets hit real hard right there, but still gains about 7 yards on the play down to the 45-yard line.
Ooh, that was a good run, but Wheeler paid the price there. Austin Drew there on the big tackle, but still, that's the looseness of Wheeler. Pick up the yards. Look at him reverse his field right here. That's just great running, and ouch. That's a tough hit right there, but still good run there by Wheeler.
And the Vulcans might want to continue to try to pick up yards like that and continue to burn clock. We just
That's what they're doing.
Went under 13 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Wheeler is still in the backfield with McCauley to the right of Harris. Harris is going to hand it off. Wheeler going towards the outside. This time he fights off a couple of defenders with a stiff arm and gets the first down inside the 40.
And let Wheeler take the run right here. Is Wheeler going to get the first down right there? Jimmy Wheeler came into this quarter with only 8 yards in the game, so now he's starting to turn off some runs.
And again, just to keep you posted, Kawan Scott 9 yards away from breaking the record for the Vulcans. He just needs to break to get the receiving record for the Vulcans. We'll see if they go his way possibly here as we go through the fourth quarter. But once again, Wheeler is in the backfield with the pistol formation. Harris gonna fake it. He's gonna go Scott's way down the corner.
For the record.
And it is too far out of his reach, more towards the sideline. Scott couldn't make the catch on that one.
You can tell Kawan Scott's a little frustrated. He's thinking, Harris is trying his best to get Scott this record right here. And again, just out of the short, he had to step on his defender, Tevin Stewart. We've been talking about Tevin Stewart coming into this game, but he has not had a good game. He's not had a good game covering Brown and or Scott.
And both receivers, especially Gary Brown, having a monster game so far. Gary Brown easily racking up the yardage as well as the touchdowns as well today. Not somebody's name that we've called very often of late. It has been Kawan Scott. He's out of the shotgun right now, the Vulcans. Gonna hand it off. Wheeler trying to find and bounce his way around the outside. He does. He gets inside to the 30, 25, following his blocks inside the 20. And I apologize, that is number 3, Derek Fiore, who went all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So a great run right there.
And another senior stepping up on senior day. Derek Fiore, that's his first carry of the game. And a big run here. Derek Fiore's been so reliable this season, converting from defensive back to tailback. He's not the starter, but he's had a couple great runs these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, the senior getting an opportunity to gain some yards late in this one and try to ice it away for the Vulcans. Once again, the Vulcans going out of the shotgun with Fiore to his right and Franklin to his left. Harris fakes the handoff to Franklin. He goes to Fiore in the flat. He makes the catch, gets inside the 10-yard line. It might be enough for a first down. We'll see where they spot him at. They're going to put him right at the first down marker. And it's going to be just short. It's going to be just short.
But still, they're using Fiore again out of the backfield, and he's letting him go. It's great having Fiore. It may be great to see him get a touchdown on his senior day.
So second down and a few inches for the most part, right around the 9-yard line. Vulcans knocking on the door of the end zone once again. This time Franklin is in the backfield. Fiore goes off the field. Harris hands it off to Franklin. Franklin is stuffed right at the 10-yard line. Mercyhurst defense making a big stop right there, not allowing Franklin to go anywhere.
He ran in the Des Green right there. He couldn't get that push forward to give Franklin his extra yards, but he fell behind 2 yards, 3rd and 3. But again, you got to get the first down there. You have a chance to close out the Lakers right here with the score with 10:49 left here in the last part of the half. But another regional ranking game that's been kind of interesting. Assumption, we saw number 5 in the rankings, up 17-7 on Stonehill. So Assumption's holding true for them. And
now Wheeler is back on the field as the running back carousel has been working for the Vulcans on this drive. They are going to hand it off to Wheeler. He tries to break to the outside. Somebody has a hold of his jersey, and he can't go anywhere as that defender just did not let go of his jersey. I'm trying to see, that was number 50 for Mercyhurst right there. Drew just would not let go of Wheeler's jersey.
I think that was Joe Dever. Actually, but yeah, he almost broke it back the outside here. But California's going to go for it. That's inexcusable. You have 2nd and 1, and now it's 4th and 10. And, I mean, they had a chance right here. They're going to take as much time off as possible here. They're going to go under 10 minutes. And they might just take a timeout here with a couple seconds remaining. But, again, this is where Mercyhurst only has 1 timeout. They used 2 timeouts already. They're going to need to stop California's offense by using timeouts, and now they only have 1 at their disposal.
They are just going to waste down the play clock to the very last they can, stopping the game clock at 9:42 remaining in this game.
And Damon, here's a look at one of our social media platforms here. We love Twitter, at @CUTV_PA. Interact with us with our shows we do. We do Vulcan football, a review of the Cal game with our director, Gary Smith, and sports information director, Matt Kiefer. High school roundup. We're still in playoffs here, but hey, if you've noticed the play, we have some highlights come up this week for high school roundup. What's your top play? And also, top play of the year will be next week's in the last show. So tweet us there. That'd be a great tweet, because I'll be making the decision here. Tweet me, have suggestions. Which play do you think is the best play of the high school season as well? And also after hours. Interact us with after hours as well.
There are a lot of
live
ways.
Next week.
A lot of ways to get a hold of us through Twitter and to interact with us and be a part of all the different shows that we do, sports and also entertainment and news as well. But right now, the Vulcans 4th and 10.
They're going for it.
They are going to go for it right here. Why not? You are up by 17 points.
Watch for Scott. Watch for Scott.
They may take a shot towards the corner. Kawan Scott is on the far side of the field. So Harris is out of the shotgun. They're going to go back to pass. He's looking over towards that way. Pressure is applied. He runs, and he is not going to be able to go anywhere right there, as that is a very short gain. The ball was ripped out of Harris's hands once he was on the ground. But that's going to be a turnover on downs.
It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's California had a chance to put Mercyhurst away with that drive, and but they took a lot of time off. So that's the big thing. But again, Harris was trying. They were well covered. Mercyhurst covered, but they finally stopped California's offense. The way they've been moving the ball, they've only had 6 drives in this game, and they've come away with points on all but one, technically, other than taking a knee on the going into halftime here. But now Mercer is 9 minutes and 34 seconds left here to cut into this lead. But the way their offense, this is not a quick strike offense.
Yeah, Mercyhurst's offense very methodical as they move down the field. And again, like we mentioned, and you mentioned before, Matt, only 1 timeout. And right here, Emmerich out of the shotgun. He's going back to pass. Pressure is applied right there, and he is knocked
Ball's out.
Ball is out. It's picked up, but there is a flag thrown down on the play as well. That was Quentin Smith that hit him, and he may have hit Emmerich up too high that time. It might be targeting on the Vulcans.
Yeah, oh, my good. Oh, my goodness. I really hope it's not, because Emmerich is down. He is hurt, and then Mercyhurst could be going down here to their 3rd-string quarterback if Emmerich continues to be out here. But, that would have been a great play. I hope he's okay, because he got hit hard. But Aaron Terry got called for targeting 2 weeks ago against Clarion. And it's just pure speculation, and it's going to be a long discussion here. So
and Quentin Smith, when he came in on that play, he went high, it looks like, as he knocked down Emmerich on the play. He was just trying to get to him, and it was a blindside hit. I don't think Emmerich even expected that to come. And right here, the referees are discussing.
Good, so he's walking off. Emmerich's walking off here, so that's good.
Personal foul. Defense. 15-yard penalty.
Oh, they'll just. So they'll just call it a personal foul. They'll call it roughing the passer. But you can see Smith here, great play. You can see that hand went right into the jaw. But again, for Quentin Smith, he didn't need to do that. He could have just hit him anyway. Quentin Smith's not had a good game.
No, Quentin Smith probably just trying to redeem himself from what happened earlier on, and he went a little bit high on that hit. That could have been a big turnover for the Vulcans. Really could have iced the game right there, but Mercyhurst still with the ball and a chance to get back into this. But they are without.
Emmerich's back in the game, Damon.
Oh, Emmerich does get back on the field right away. Looks like they're going to let him go ahead and continue play right here. So Mercyhurst is going to go out of the shotgun. We'll see how he is after that big hit.
You can see Coach Lopez, the defensive coordinator there for California, wanting an explanation, but you can see right there, that head, there have been calls that have been making to protect the quarterback more, and any blow to the head is now going to be called a personal foul penalty.
And Emmerich, see if he shook off that big hit right here. And actually, that is not Emmerich out there. This is a throw, and it is caught right there by Jaquan Williams, and that is actually number
Logan Weaver.
Logan Weaver is out there right now.
It's from Punxsutawney, so he's trying to channel the inner Punxsutawney Phil to bring this back here. But yeah, he's actually not listed on the depth chart. They have Ramroth Finnegan was listed as the backup quarterback to Zach Emmerich, but right there he gets a big completion there. But California's defense, they can't lax off here.
And Logan Weaver from one of my school's old rivals, Punxsutawney High,
yes,
right there. And he is in the field trying to move Mercyhurst down the field now, out of the shotgun formation. Had a good completion to start off his game today. Two receivers towards the near side of the field. He goes back to pass from the shotgun. There's a penalty, and it's probably going to be a false start against Mercyhurst.
And it'll be against Mercyhurst here. So now after one of the Lakers jumped there. So this just stops the Mercyhurst momentum right there because they got out the midfield. But we have 8 minutes and 39 seconds left in this ball game here. Time is running out for Mercyhurst, and they need 3 scores to take the lead. And to tie the game, they need 2 scores and a field goal. I don't think there's just enough time for that if Cal doesn't turn the ball over.
And they are still taking their time as the clock is back to running again with 8:25 left, and they're still trying to figure out what they're doing. I'm sure having a new quarterback in there near the end of this game is making it a little more difficult. They're going to probably stick strictly with the shotgun right here. Weaver, low snap, recovers it. Goes back to pass over the middle of the field. It is incomplete right there. That was intended for Dylan Bajorny, who had it in his hands and out as it fell back to the ground.
That went through a lot of people right there. Look at that first line right there. But Bonjorny, he's got to come up with that. He's got to come up with that catch right there. He's open. That would have set the Lakers up there in good field position. Now instead, it's 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, missed opportunities have hurt Mercyhurst this entire game so far today, and they are continuing to do that here. And Weaver's trying his best to get his team down the field to score. Bajorny back towards the slot position once again. Weaver back to pass, goes towards the corner, and again it is incomplete. He overthrew his man right there. Once again, that was Bajorny, but nothing there on the play.
And now again, these kids got a lot of arm strength there, but he overthrows Bonjorny here, and he's trying to find them again right here. But that's going to kill Mercyhurst because his inaccuracy, because he's having guys open right here. But 3rd and 15 comes to the point of the game. Depending what happens here on 3rd down, if they can't pick this up, this might become 4-down territory.
And more than likely, we might see that happen here on this drive. Weaver now 2 sidecars in the backfield with him, so watch for a pass to the flats. Goes back to pass here. Pressure coming up the middle. He is hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Going right there for Jaquan Williams. And Mercyhurst drive stalling out right now as it's 4th down.
Well, now we see what they're going to do. Looks like Weaver's staying on the field here. They need to go for it. They'll have literally no other good chances to move down the field. They're kind of out of the field. But 4th and 15 here, Cal's defense can have a chance to put nails in the coffin here if they can stop him here on 4th and 15 with exactly 8 minutes left. Likely over. Seen crazier things happen, but it's taking a big play right here to take it.
And Mercyhurst's offense, again, sticking with the same exact formation on mostly every play since Weaver's been in there. And he goes back to pass. Pressure coming for the corners. Throws over towards the middle. Big hit right there on Jaquan Williams, but he hangs on with the reception. So a big 1st down for the Lakers, and they're going to continue to hold on to the football.
That's, again, inexcusable. 4th and 15. Got to come up with the play right here. Bowman, credit Williams here for holding on to the ball. That was a huge hit by Bowman, a clean hit by Jordan Bowman there with the shoulder here, but Mercyhurst continues to stay alive.
And that'll get the clock rolling as well as it's down inside to 7:35 left on the clock. This time 2 receivers over towards the far side of the field. Weaver gets a little bit of a block. He is hit high as he throws. They're going to say this is a fumble. And California.
Oh, now they call.
And now they're going to call it incomplete after one of the referees on the far side of the field looks like he says that Weaver's arm wasn't moving forward.
Now, this becomes the thing is, was his arm going for? I don't know if his arm was going for here. We'll see. Good pressure again here. Looks like Haddock, his arm is coming for. That is a good call. It's a good call. I should have called it right away. But so Mercyhurst catches a break there because that would have ended things right there.
And good pressure by the Vulcans to get into the backfield and try to hit Weaver as he is throwing the football. They've been doing a good job of that since he's entered into the game. Now trips over to the far side of the field for Mercyhurst. Back to pass, Weaver looking that way. Pressure is there. He gets rushed out of the pocket. He is going to run up the field and go out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. So taking what space he has, gets a good chunk of yards.
And again, this has been California's defense worst nightmare right here. Is a mobile quarterback. They had problems with Zach Phillips last week with Gannon, and then I saw Wheeler bounce out here. I thought, uh-oh, because again, he beat Farmer there under the corner there and gave him a first down.
Now we got about 7 minutes left. Vulcans defense trying to find a way to contain Weaver now that they know he is pretty mobile. And 2 receivers towards the far side, 1 to the near side. The one to the near side is Jaquan Williams. Trying to point something out as they go on a go route right here, and little miscommunication. I saw Jaquan Williams and Weaver talking, but they weren't on the same page right there.
Yeah, I mean, Weaver was trying to get him to run a go route, and he just threw it as soon as the ball hit his hand. That's just miscommunication there because that looked really strange.
Yeah, Jaquan Williams was trying to signal, hey, throw it to me over towards the corner of the end zone, but that time Weaver just got it and threw it right out of his hand like a hot potato. Trying to get Mercyhurst down into the end zone here as quickly as possible. Out of the shotgun with Brown Dukes in the backfield. Weaver taking his time, scanning the defense, goes back to pass here, pressure coming, and he overthrows his man, F.J. Williams. Nobody was around him, but Weaver went about 5 feet above F.J. Williams' head.
That was kind of a weird-looking throw right here. As Wheeler, he threw a fastball right there instead of football. I mean, that was a dart. And F.J. Williams was wide open, too. But now, that's big because if Emmerich's not on the field, maybe Emmerich hits Williams right there. He's more accurate. But, I mean, this kid's got a heck of an arm.
So now 3rd down and 10 from the 25-yard line for Mercyhurst. The Vulcans may look to send some pressure right here up the middle and force Weaver to throw quicker than he normally would.
Blitz.
And here comes the blitz. Weaver flushed out of the pocket. He's going to go up towards open space. He runs. He goes down inside the 15, and he falls forward just inside, or just past that first down marker. And he continues to move the chains from Mercyhurst.
Well, first of all, let's take a look here. Jawan Turner is being held, and he missed that. But, again, I don't know why Cal's defense just shuts down when a quarterback bounces out here. They got to contain that.
The good side of this is, though, the clock is continuing to run, and that is not Mercyhurst's friend right about now. Vulcans trying to defend this 1st and 10 at the 14. Mercyhurst. Weaver fakes the handoff, back to pass towards the corner of the end zone, and it is caught. Jaquan Williams with the touchdown reception, and Mercyhurst, don't count them out yet. Get on the board.
Yeah, it's been Cal's problem all season. They can't put their opponents away. They're having problems putting, and again, they've been getting wins right there. He beats Aaron Terry there. A good catch right by the end zone. Perfectly. That's probably the best placed ball that Weaver's had right here. But again, this game should be over. This game should be over. And yet Mercyhurst has a chance right here with 6:11 left, but they don't have much time. And they only have 1 timeout. That's an issue.
Dylan Condis now coming in to kick the extra point right here. And Condis' kick is going to be up, and it is good. So Mercyhurst answers back. 6:11 left in the game. They're not out of it yet. Down 24-14. We'll be back with the last 6 minutes of this game here on CUTV.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back inside Adamson Stadium. Mercyhurst going to attempt an onside kick right here to try to get the ball back. It's going to go towards the Vulcans. Big bounce, and it'll go out of bounds as there is a flag down for that kick going out of bounds. So Mercyhurst's attempt really didn't work right there after they got the touchdown and made it a close game.
And that was close there because Brendan Edwards, I was like, why are you not receiving the ball? But I could see why he was doing there. So California's catches a break right here. Now they have a chance to run out the clock with Mercyhurst only having one timeout.
And Mercyhurst put it back within 10 with that last score, which we'll show you in just a moment after the call.
Have a free kick out of bounds on the kicking team. It'll be 5 yards tacked onto the end of the kick.
So that'll set up the Vulcans at about the 50-yard line off of the free kick.
Number 31 on the kicking team.
There was also an offsides on the play on Mercyhurst, but the Vulcans will decline that one. So still good field position though for the Vulcans, starting at the 48-yard line.
And quick score updates here before we start this play. IUP up 20-14 over Gannon. So Gannon's hanging in there against IUP.
Now Harris going out of the pistol formation, fakes the handoff, goes to Brown over on the far side of the field. He uses his speed, fights off his one man, and goes past the first down marker to the 30-yard line. So Brown with a huge catch and run right there.
And again, the third straight drive, Gary Brown's got the ball first, and he makes it happen right here. He is almost so close to breaking here. He goes over 100 yards receiving with that catch and run. Again, being a terror for Mercyhurst defense. That's, I believe, 400 yards in 2 seasons against Mercyhurst.
That brings the Vulcans down to the 33-yard line as they are moving down the field without even having to run the ball. Franklin's in the backfield here this time for the Vulcans. And again, keep an eye on Quan Scott. Still has to break that record. He's just a few yards short. They're going to hand it off to Franklin. There's pressure coming from Mercyhurst. He falls forward and gains just about 5 or 6 yards on the play inside the 30-yard line.
And a good run there by Franklin to continue to move the clock, because we're now 5:26. Yeah, Scott, he's not touched the ball since so long.
Second down and 5.
But it's just trying to get something. I believe they want to get Scott that record on home turf on his senior day. Let's look for him to go here.
As well as trying to waste the clock away and maybe get one more score to ice this thing. Again, Mercyhurst with only 1 timeout left. This time Franklin is back in the backfield for the Vulcans. Harris taking his time, gonna snap it here, hand it off to Franklin. Franklin goes over towards his left, up the middle just a little bit, and falls just about a yard short of the first down at the 26-yard line.
And then now Cal right here, they got to get this third down. There's no doubt about this one, because they can really push Mercyhurst, but they're going to let the time go. It's 4:35 left here in the game here. They got, again, they were faced with 2nd and 1. Now it's got to be, they got to push forward, get this 1 yard, and not lose a yard.
Gary Brown and Quan Scott are the 2 receivers spread out, 1 to each side. And again, in that pistol formation with Franklin back there. Mercyhurst stacking the box a little bit, maybe sending men to cover the run. Franklin is going to get the ball, move forward, and he looks like he does not get the first down. Based off of where the referees are spotting him, he may be about a half yard short.
Well, they spotted it 1 there, but I thought he got the necessary yards there, but yeah, it's short. I can't believe this, but they said it was 4th and 1. I swear that it's 4th and 2, because it looked like he fell forward for at least 1 yard right here. So California's going to go for it here. They could put this game on ice, but they need to get this 4th and 1. This is an easy 1 yard. Get the first down.
3:36 left on the game clock as they're letting it run down as much as they can. They've taken off a good amount of time. Stacking the box right here. Mercyhurst and the Vulcans will see who can move the pile faster. This one pitched to Franklin towards the outside, and he shakes off a few defenders and falls forward for the first down. Big conversion right there for the Vulcans.
Yes, it was. They bounced Franklin out here to the outside, and they had the fullback Bowman in there again using his power. You could see the big man there. Missed his block, but still, he's becoming a great blocker, and I'm glad they're using him. He's only a freshman, so Cal's got a couple years at their disposal.
Franklin, the biggest back that the Vulcans do have, just using him to their advantage, but not just going straight up the middle, going towards the outside. So a great job. Great play calling as well right there by the Vulcans. And now almost down inside the red zone once again. Clock continues to run. Franklin stays in there. Going out of the I formation this time are the Vulcans. Gary Brown going in motion. And they're going to hand it off. Franklin, following his blocks, gets inside the 20 and gets down to about the 15-yard line.
And now Franklin going forward here, but for Mercyhurst here, only down 10 points. But you look at those red zone issues; they get points there. They could have the lead in this game. I can't stress enough. That's been the big moment of this game. Mercyhurst has got to be kicking themselves because they kept Cal at bay here to only 24 points, controlled the clock. And normally, when that happens, that's the formula to beat Cal, is to keep the ball away from Cal's hands. But it's just those 3 red zone problems. There's that one drive, 12 plays within the 10-yard line. That's becoming the bite Mercer. They've made some bad decisions in this game.
And think back to when they had to use those 2 timeouts very early in the second half. That's another thing that they missed out on. Now Harris pitching over to Franklin, still going to that left side. He follows his blocks, gets inside the 10 and falls down near the 5-yard line, so he moves the chains. He does fall out of bounds, which will stop the clock briefly. But the Vulcans right there on the doorstep once again.
And they really are here. And you can see Franklin following his blockers. They knew Mercyhurst was bringing the house there. They stacked the box, but they bounced Franklin on the outside and was able to get the necessary yards.
So first and goal for the Vulcans. 1:55 left in this game. And James Harris coming off the sideline trying to figure out the play. And the play clock down to about 7 seconds. So even when the clock is not running, the Vulcans trying to waste away that play clock. Harris giving it to Franklin. Franklin following his blocks, and he's going to get to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown for the Vulcans, and that pretty much puts it away right here.
And that is game, set, and match for California. John Franklin carrying the rock on that drive. His second touchdown. He gave 15 touchdowns on the season for this young man. He was the Cal Times Athlete of the Week 2 weeks ago, and well deserving of it right there. And look at his textbook blocking, following the blockers right there. Jeremy Seaman, one of them in his last game here, Cal. And it's 30-14 California.
John Franklin just continuing to be the workhorse. Brazil off a high snap, gets that extra point up, and it is good. So the Vulcans putting the icing on the cake to a senior day win pretty much right here. We just got a minute 51 left before this one is official. But the Vulcans up 31-14. We come back, we'll have that last minute 51 for you here on CUTV.
Save preset 1 for CALvsMERCYHURST best music. More music in the car, more music in the door, more music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation, playing CALvsMERCYHURST best music. 91.9 WCAL Power 92.
And we welcome you back inside Adamson Stadium as the Vulcans get another touchdown to put them up 31-14. And a different kicker out there for the Vulcans right now. It's number 45, Ian Patterson, going to send this kickoff down towards the corner right here. It's going to be returned by Mercyhurst. Going up the side, has some room, and it's going to be a very good return for Mercyhurst. Out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. That was number 27, Drew Robinson, on the return.
And he was Mercyhurst's backup running back last year, and he got hurt in this same Cal Mercyhurst game. So last season, 59-49. This season, 31-14, a little bit more, a little bit closer. But again, this Cal defense, they played so hard, and that Vulcan's been getting a workout today. 31 points. This Cal offense, over 30 points the last 3 weeks. and they've been trying to just bust through here, and they're carrying this offense. And right now, with it been holding, California with Lock Haven next week, their chances, they're playing very well.
Yeah, a minute 45 remaining in this one before it can be officially a Vulcans victory. Weaver rolling out and going for a throw right here. He's going to get it to Jaquan Williams, breaks a tackle, follows his block, and goes out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. So just like that, Mercyhurst down near the Vulcans' 30-yard line.
I don't know. I mean, Cal's defense has been playing so well. I don't know why they just shut down on that play. I mean, you can see Jaquan Williams beating up the Vulcans here in this fourth quarter, but makes you wonder, where is F.J. Williams?
Yeah, F.J. Williams has only got one catch so far today. He's had a few thrown his way that have gone over his head. He hasn't really been a factor here in this one. And Mercyhurst is actually going to hand this ball off. Right there, it is Richie Sanders carrying it, getting out of bounds. He's lucky there, too. He almost got stopped in the backfield, and that would have kept the clock running against Mercyhurst.
And, yeah, that was, I mean, Sanders breaking tackles, but now it's just with Cal, it's closing time and just to make hay here.
A minute 31 left on the game clock. Mercyhurst definitely trying to get into that end zone as quick as they possibly can and give themselves one last shot at possibly pulling off a miracle. But at this point, minute 31 left, they're going to have to be perfect. Weaver out of the broken eye formation. Going to fake the handoff right there. He's going to throw it over towards the corner, and there's 3 flags on the play right there.
That's ridiculous.
And it's incomplete, but there's going to probably be a penalty right here against the Vulcans.
I thought that was good coverage.
See what the referees decide on that one, but it was amazing how 3 flags came out all of a sudden.
Pass interference, defense, number 15.
And that is pass interference then of Kawan Scott. I'm sure they might have gotten the number wrong right there. I don't believe Kawan Scott's on the field, but nonetheless.
Yeah, I could see. I was going to say, I was like, Aaron Terry's the one that was on the coverage there. I thought he was there at the perfect time, but I guess they saw something I didn't.
Well, they aren't quite sure even which player is on the field, but they still got the penalty correct. There was a lot of contact right there. So Mercyhurst has a first down now at the 15-yard line with a minute 26 left in the game. We'll see Logan Weaver see if he can't get his second touchdown of this game, filling in right now for Emmerich. Goes back to pass. There's pressure coming up the middle. He gets it towards the corner of the end zone, and it is intercepted. Oh, they said he went out of bounds, though.
What?
Jordan Bowman.
What? I'm telling you, Bowman hit 2 feet in that end zone. I thought you only need one here. You only need one here to catch this. Let's see. He's in. He's in.
And Bowman fought that out of the receiver's hand right there, and the referees don't quite agree. Unbelievable right there.
That Bowman, he has an interception game streak. He's had an interception against Clarion and also against Gannon. Should have had one there.
So Mercyhurst catching a break once again right here as Weaver going out of the broken eye formation after that incomplete pass, nearly intercepted. He rolls out to his right. He's going to go towards the corner of the end zone, overthrows his man. That was F.J. Williams he was intending to go for right there.
And that was F.J. Williams right there, finally getting involved. I mean, how about this coverage here on F.J. Williams here? Only one catch, and there's a penalty. It's going to be a holding against Mercyhurst, and I think I could see the hold where they call it there, so this is going to back them up 10 yards. Let's see. Yeah, looks like right there when Tarver was coming in, looks like they'll call the hold there. So that was a good call.
So that'll back him up even farther back. It'll be second down.
10-yard penalty, second down.
Yeah, 10-yard penalty right there. So be a 2nd and 20 from the 25-yard line now for Mercyhurst, as they're not really helping their chances of getting into the end zone. So out of the shotgun now is Weaver. 3 receivers here on the near side and 1 on the far side, so sending everybody out right now. The Vulcans pretty much staying back in coverage right here. Weaver faking the handoff. Pressure coming. He gets this ball off. Robinson using his speed and evasiveness gets past a couple of defenders and falls down right near the 3-yard line, so he's going to get the first down. And also
there's another flag. It's on the flag on the far side here. We'll see what that is. But again, Drew Robinson, a good pickup here.
And they're,
oh no, I think the flag. A flag looked like he fell out of his pocket. I'm mistaken there.
and No penalty on the play. Mercyhurst hurrying up to the line, just under a minute left on the game clock. Weaver faking the handoff, and it is incomplete. Tough to tell who that was going to try to go to, but that one wasn't able to be caught by anybody. F.J. Williams, the intended target, it looked like, though.
It looks like he was going to one Williams. It was Jaquan Williams, but that time Weaver, there's a Cal player that was like jumping over a guy.
So that'll be second down here and goal for Mercyhurst. 55 seconds left on the game clock. Trying their best to get into the end zone. A turnover right here for the Vulcans would be tremendous. Ice this game for good. Weaver in the I formation hands it off right here. Robinson fighting and following his blocks into the end zone. Touchdown Mercyhurst with just about 50 seconds left on the clock. This isn't over just yet.
It's pretty much over, but yeah, Cal's defense, I don't know why they decided to take the fourth quarter off here, but again, that drive should have been ended with Jordan Bowman's interception, but Drew Robinson gets the touchdown here.
So Robinson coming in and getting a few carries, able to break the plane of the end zone for Mercyhurst. Dylan Condis coming back for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Just avoiding the person on the camera well up top right there. So Mercyhurst making things interesting near the end of the game. Vulcans still lead 31-21. We'll have the last minute for you when we return on CUTV.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Welcome you back inside Adamson Stadium here, an onside kick, and on the onside kick,
kidding me?
Mercyhurst has just recovered that.
Are you kidding me?
As there was a couple of bounces, and Mercyhurst is able to retain possession.
I don't understand this. I don't understand how they just went through the full line here. How does no one get that?
And Kawan Scott was the one right in front of it, and he was not able to grab it as the man that got the touchdown from Mercyhurst, Drew Robinson, picks that ball up on the onside kick. So Mercyhurst's offense coming back onto the field at the 45-yard line.
This is,
So this thing is not over yet. As Weaver, the backup quarterback in there now, going back to pass. He's going towards the sideline. And a great tackle right there by the Vulcans. That's going to keep the clock rolling. That was caught right there by number 83, Dylan Borgiorni. But the last time out has been called by Mercyhurst.
And that was a good tackle to keep on Jorni in bounds to force Mercyhurst right here. But now without any timeouts with 39 seconds left, now it becomes bing. It's killing them. It's killing them not having those extra timeouts here.
And in this case, the Vulcans can now just use the clock as their friend. Be effective. Tackle people inbounds. Make sure they aren't allowed to get out of bounds and stop that clock. And Matt, what do you think the Vulcans should do here? Do you think they should try to blitz and create pressure?
I mean, just cover your man. Cover your man and just force incompletions and keep them in bounds because they don't have any timeouts here and they'd have to rush here. Just play simple football. I don't know why they're playing that. They should have put this game away. Like, just play your game and move forward. And I mean, the interception, it hurts. I mean, for sure, but you got to go past that.
And 42 seconds exactly remaining in this game. The Vulcans holding on to a 10-point lead. Mercyhurst with a lot of momentum on their side right now, but no timeouts left. And they still need 2 scores. So they got to get down the field quick. Out of the shotgun, Weaver has pressure coming from his blind side, throws it over towards the sideline. It is caught, but a great tackle right there as kept in bounds was Donnie Hull.
They'll try to get it because they'll stop on the first down here, but he's in bounds to see if they spike it. And they will.
And that is going to be the play they chose there on first down. 31 seconds after the spike. So Mercyhurst had to burn off about 10 seconds there off that play.
I mean, they've outscored them 21-14 14 here in the second half. But again, this goes back to the Mercyhurst missing those red zone opportunities right here. The Lakers going to have the lead right here and had a chance to put the game away.
And they could have, with those timeouts, they could have had a chance to really get back into this thing. But for now, they are just trying to fight their way toward a few more points. Weaver, 3 receivers here on the near side for him. He's going back to pass, rolling out toward his right. Pressure's coming. He's hit as he throws, and it is intercepted. And that is Chaz Veal on senior day making the interception. Running as fast as he can down the field. Gets away from a defender. Keeps rolling. Down to the 15, 10, 5, and he gets tackled down. Almost got a touchdown. But nonetheless, burns down the clock to 16 seconds, and that pretty much is it.
How fitting is it? How fitting is it on Chaz Veal's senior day? Our player to watch gets the interception, and how many times have we seen Cal close out a game on an interception this season? And Veal was just waiting for it. He was waiting for it. He's the one. It's Veal. I tell you what, California's finally slays the Mercyhurst Demons. It wasn't as easy as it ended, but
we do have a flag on the play though here on the sideline near the Vulcans bench. See what the call is going to be.
It really won't matter much. The interception will stand.
The interception will stand nonetheless.
After the interception.
After the interception.
Sideline.
Sideline infraction against California.
Good interference.
Yeah, the Vulcan sideline was going nuts there on the play, so it looks like that would be the sideline infraction.
They're excited because the interception. I don't understand that. But, I mean, hey, California's going to win this game, and that's all that matters right here. Let's watch this again because I really want to watch this again. And that's perfect. He's just waiting for him.
There was no turnovers in this entire game up until that point. Chaz Veal making the clincher for the Vulcans here on senior day and giving them a better opportunity to get into that playoff picture with that W here today. And at this point, I'm sure the Vulcans are going to go out, just take a knee, and go into the locker room.
And next week, Lock Haven, a great chance to finish this season on a 4-game winning streak right here. But Damon, for you and I, this is the last game we're calling on TV here for CUTV here at California. And for me, I've been here since 2011 with the band and CUTV. And with California, get a big one today.
That's right. It was a great call in the last home game with you. So the Vulcans with a big victory here to keep their playoff hopes alive, winning 31-21 over the Mercyhurst Lakers, first time beating them since 2011. For myself, Damon Matson, Matt Heggie, our director, Gary Smith, and our entire crew, we thank you for joining us here for this one as the Vulcans come away with the victory here at home against the Lakers. We'll see you next time for our next broadcast. Have a good night, everybody.